because anybody that is, you can't possibly know what the other person is feeling. You could be identical fucking twins, grew up in the same house with the same family situation. Everything was exactly the same, but you're still an individual. So I can't tell you that your feelings aren't valid, but if you're going to make an argument based on logic, then I'll probably be able to destroy that pretty fucking fast.
Yeah.
Your feelings. Fuck your feelings. Fuck your feelings. You're sad? Fuck that. Fuck you.
Anyways,
Fuck
welcome
everybody.
back to the Phantom Zone. It is the most earth-breaking, ground-shaking, but never media show money-taking, the man, the myth, the legend, the most electrifying villain in YouTube entertainment. Back for another great night of hilarity. Today's going to be a really nerdy night. Like, I've done...
Maybe I'll make it to the first article.
I'm hoping. I mean,
Maybe get a nerd
can't
boner
talk
on.
because apparently it bores you. You just fall asleep. You fell asleep on the penis. You fell asleep on the trilogy.
Whoa. Hold on. I heard what you just said. I did not fall asleep on the penis. That is not what happened.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you fell asleep on the penis.
I absolutely did not. I mean, fell asleep on my own penis, but not on the penis.
Speaking of which, let's welcome everybody. Why did I lead in with
that was the worst fucking segue I've heard in my entire life.
Woo, we're back to the porn stream. More porn streams, everybody. Woo, everybody's so horny. Grab the lotion.
It really seems like you just called everybody in the chat a penis.
Yeah, we need to get one down. Not dicks, penis.
Hey, we used the proper term. Anyways, welcome everybody. Let's see who we got in the chat. Cyber doesn't count. Platicus Queen. How are
he
you?
hates me, everybody. I told you that last night.
Mr. Zod's Phantom Zone. Welcome back, Rebecca.
Look at him stroke his dick.
Bye. Let me see. Die for JD. How are you? Rose, how are you doing? Good to see you, Rose. And who else do we got? Look, I got 12 people. That was not 12 names. So all of you guys lurking, there we go. Penguin, how are you? Everybody lurking, fess up. I want to see you in the chat so I can say hi to you. And if it's someone who hates me, still fess up in the chat so I can tell you go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Tell
Zod to go fuck himself so he can tell you to go fuck yourself, and then everybody's happy.
It's good to see we're mature here in the Phantom Zone.
Yes.
We're all... Jesus. So
glad you said Phantom Zone. I almost forgot to add it to the tweet.
And there we go. Planet Q's Queen with the brilliant trilogy we have had. Hashtag penis stream, hashtag boob stream, hashtag porn stream. It's like the holy trinity. So welcome everybody. Today's going to be kind of a nerd day. It's going to be some, just general stuff going down because I haven't found anything to be outraged about today. I mean, there was a thing I might cover separately as far as the JD and Amber thing, but I mean, really, I'm kind of not angry yet. It's weird.
What is there to be angry about right now?
South Florida Drifter just said, I hate you, Zod. Wait, no. I hate PB. Wait, no. That's not right. So
the confusion
they
abounds.
hate someone on the panel. They don't know who yet. It's probably Cyber.
It's probably a moving target.
Moving target. They got their scopes trained on us, by the way. Keep moving around. They can't take us out. Just like Craig Ferguson said. Oh, see them with the scopes, and he runs around the stage.
Oh, my God. So tonight is going to be an interesting night, and I read ahead because I just realized that PB actually cares about spoilers, and I didn't want to spoil Black Widow. So I'm going to, if I skip parts of the article, it's because they're parts that pertain to Black Widow.
Why are we talking about Black Widow in the first place? It's not like you can give any fucking commentary about what the fucking headline is.
Nico, so angry, so angry. Now, calm your dick down. What I was talking about was no. What I was getting to was it's a problem that was highlighted in Black Widow, but might be MCU wide, and this pertains to WandaVision and things like that, which I actually did see, kind of. The newer stuff, and it's an actually good argument because I've noticed this a lot, maybe even towards Endgame, but it's the problem with the end credit scenes and closing something out, and I think it's a notable issue going forward because we're like 25 movies and I fucking don't even know at this point, right?
69 movies in. All right,
that sounds like a good number. So we're all these movies in. And the problem seems to be now is that the end credit scenes and post credit scenes are less helpful as they are annoying and don't seem to really add stuff like they used to back when this first started, right? And this isn't
it used to just be a good teaser to the next one. Like there was the Thor's hammer teaser. And
it feels a lot like they're trying to pick which way they're going to go. And I mean, I'm not watching this stuff, but Dr. Doom, Kevin, Dr. Doom. I could bring it right there. Just saying. Call me, Kevin. So anyways, and this is the thing, Black Widow shows the MCU's closure problem is so crucial. It's more an obsession with setting up the next thing. And that is where the problem is, because it's not so much whether or not something's good or not. It's the actual sacrificing certain aspects of the story. And I haven't seen it, so I'm not going to say definitively, nor will I pretend like it's one way or the other. But from what I've heard, Black Widow's biggest problem is it felt like just a setup rather than putting actual thought into the movie. And there's a lot of other things that kind of fall into that category too. I heard some things from Falcon Winter Soldier, Loki, but once again, I'm not going to judge them because I haven't watched them, so I have no idea. I'm just going based upon what I've been hearing. So Black Widow finally gave Natasha Romanoff standalone movies years after the character died within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Knowing what the future of the timeline held for Black Widow's, audience were primed to expect element of closure, just as Tony Stark, Steve Rogers got in Avengers Endgame, which I totally agree. The one thing that really pissed me off about this whole thing is, and I don't care what anybody says, okay, Tony has an epic fucking funeral. Like, even people who just were shoehorned in Captain Marvel, they all were at fucking Tony's funeral, right? He had that fucking cheeseburger thing. Fuck you, Tony. I'm not a fan of him, but I'm not gonna lie. When they were talking about the cheeseburgers and I love you 3000, I was with everybody else. There was a slight little tear in the corner. Okay, Captain America
cried like a bitch.
Now, Captain America is an interesting one for me because, and we talked about this earlier, right? He got to go back in time and dance with Peggy, and that's all good. But then, remember, we all theorized, and we're like, wait, did they just leave him on the fucking bench and he slumped over and died? And it's never
yeah. Got away. Fade to black. Like, no, he ain't getting out.
He's still on the bench, PB. They never... Did they call the ambulance where they're like, yeah, this old guy just died. Can we get the body? As far as we know, right now in the canon, he's still on that fucking bench. No one ever called anyone to say Steve Rogers had a heart attack. He's dead. You just like kind of walk away, and I swear to God, it looks like, he's taking an old man nap permanently. So, that's...
Hey, naps are great, especially if you can do them while you're working on the internet.
But now, here's the thing that is the most egregious to me. What they did with Romanoff. First off, I want to say at Endgame, if there was any point where I may have cried, that whole scene with her and Hawkeye, I lost it more than Tony Stark and the touching stuff. I just had one tear. But when she I was almost ready to walk out. I'll tell you the truth. I was like, fuck it. Why? That whole scene was really emotional. And the biggest thing that fucking pisses me off is Black Widow. You can call an OG Avenger. She's a central part in a lot of storylines, right from Iron Man 2 all the way through. She intermingles in several movies, and you're telling me the most we get is Banner throws a fucking park bench, and then that's it. She doesn't get a fucking pile of rocks. Fucking Logan from the X-Men. He got a little pile of rocks with a cross, and people cried over it. And Deadpool,
I cried like a bitch at Logan. I will admit, I did cry like a bitch for Logan. Yeah,
I did too. That was fucking...
I didn't cry until she said "daddy."
Oh yeah,
and I fucking lost it.
Oh god. Oh yeah. Husky. We'll talk about that later because PB doesn't have a soul. We already know that he's ginger. Anyway, so this has been my problem, and from what I heard, this still isn't addressed. Black Widow got no fucking kind of send off, and I kind of agree. It's kind of a really dick move. I'm sorry. They treated her character like the redheaded stepchild. It's like, oh, you did all of this shit. You were essential in like every fucking plot. And yeah, we don't have enough time. We gotta like make sure Downey and Chris Evans gets a fucking great send off. And what happened to Black Widow? Oh, she died in another dimension. Well, fucking sucks.
World, just another world. The thing is, y'all knew someone was going to die for the Soul Stone.
Hold on. What are you trying to tell me the big send-off was for Steve Rogers?
I mean, he still got to like talk to Bucky. You know, he got to talk to Falcon. I mean, he had that inspirational moment.
Okay, that's,
you got to dance with
fair.
Peggy.
No, that's fair. I just wanted you to contextualize it so that when I tell you that the entire fucking scene before she jumps off the cliff is her send-off.
That's like, a fucking terror. You cannot convince me that
the emotion between her and fucking Hawkeye deciding who is going to go over the cliff because who has what left, and each of them essentially fighting the other one to kill themselves just so the other can live. Yeah, what a terrible send-off. Wasn't emotional at all.
It's fucking
I think he's
horrible.
talking about the aftermath because I was talking about how most of the citizens and people, you don't. I'm not counting the Avengers because they had their send-offs for stuff. A lot of the people have barely been affected by how the Titans died to save them, and you'd barely see it and how it's affecting people. You kind of see it a bit in Far From Home, a little bit in Falcon the Winter Soldier, but not a lot. And Captain America is kind of like DC's Superman, where they're both the beacons of hope. And he's gone, and you didn't see a lot of people feeling hopeless when he was gone. Same with like Tony.
That's because the shield still exists. We'll just give it to another white guy.
Now here's the thing. I skipped all of the top of it because I don't want to ruin it for anyone who hasn't seen Black Widow like PB, because he's gonna be like, oh my god, spoilers. But let's just say I read it, and the end credit scene does kind of.
There's an end credit scene.
Yeah, and there's a post.
No, like I swear to God, if you fucking spoil something, because that's already a mild spoiler. I didn't know there was an end credit scene.
Come on, stop fucking with me. How long have you been following Marvel, PB?
Every
had no clue that there was going to be an
every fucking episode that I watched of Loki, that I watched of Captain America and the Winter Soldier, or Captain America, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and
you can call it Captain
WandaVision, Yeah, you can now. That's why it was only one fucking season, because they got to change the name because he's not the Falcon anymore. Unless he's Falcon America.
Which, I'm not going to lie, that's kind of a bitching title. But
It
here's the
is.
problem.
That should be his name. Not Captain America, Falcon America. Holy shit, that is a badass name.
That is, I'm not going to lie.
You're welcome, Marvel.
Now, it all highlights the reason why there's some stuff on the top, and I linked the article in the description. You guys can read it.
That's fine. Just pick it up where there's no spoilers.
But it highlights the reason that MCU's continuity or continually struggles with anything resembling emotional or plot closures. It's the same reason Marvel Studios adds post-credit scenes to so many projects. Every story must lead to more stories. Again and again, MCU entries are so focused in setting up the next story that they fail to properly address the impact of their characters' biggest losses, particularly when a character dies. In some cases, they don't ever fully acknowledge loss of heroes, as with Heimdall in Avengers Endgame or Groot in Guardians of the Galaxy. The Groot in later films is technically the original's offspring, which is true. I didn't even think about that. But I would argue that's not true because Guardians of the Galaxy, that was pretty emotional between him and Rocket. So that's a sketchy one. But Heimdall, yeah. Dude, Heimdall was in it for how long? And that,
well, that's why Thor drank himself. Almost drank himself to death. And his brother was dead. Heimdall's dead. Everybody's dead. He was really affected by it, and then everybody else in Asgard's like, hey, a good day. He had a reason to be fucking depressed. Thor had a reason to get fucked up and get fat.
They were sitting there going, wait, what did Heimdall? Well, Heimdall ran the Bifrost Bridge. Oh, yeah. How does that portray into the rest of the universe? He said, oh, I got down there. Oh, yeah, Thor, we feel your pain, buddy. Yeah. Heimdall. They're sitting there going, who the fuck is Heimdall? But still, I mean, he was an essential character.
Oh, he is very essential, even in Norse mythology.
You know, and it's just like he dies, and they're like, oh, well, we got so many deaths here. Some people are just, we're not gonna address it. More often, the universe refuses to let characters stay dead, which I've complained about before, using story workarounds to resurrect characters like Bucky Barnes, Petro Maximoff, and Gamora.
Hold on a second. Bucky Barnes didn't die. He fell into the abyss, and we didn't know what happened to him.
And come on, we saw that bullshit Black Panther where fucking Killmonger for life. He should have fucking won. Fuck you, fucking Black Panther. You suck. But anyways, that's not the point. And rest in peace.
That's the real reason why he hates Black Panther. It's all coming together now.
But rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. You were so much better than that role. Anyways, my point being is that, there's been a problem with this too, and it's pretty early on. And I think the article is doing a good job addressing it. It's setting up stuff. It's like they're so worried about setting up what's to come that they lose some of what they start within this. And I've heard that's a problem in some of the shows. I can only speak for WandaVision. I didn't see the end of it because that was around the time I stopped watching Disney. But from what I saw, it looked pretty interesting. I was liking it.
Want me to tell you something? Pietro Maximoff didn't come back.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's just some other guy. They don't know why they said that. And Gamora? No, she didn't come back. That's a past Gamora. She's dead. That's her past self. And now there's some weird time shit going on.
It's a workaround.
If they come back to life. No, my thing is if they're dead and they come back to life, the only one that's close to that is Bucky, but he fell into the abyss.
Yeah, so I wouldn't really call him dead.
Yeah, none of them are dead.
I feel like he's saying that they died for effect when or came back to life for effect, I guess more so, because they definitely died. Like you see Maximoff die right there on the screen. You're like, oh, I guess that's the end of that speedster. You see Gamora die. You see, what, did he put Loki on the list?
No, they didn't put Loki on the list.
No, you put Loki
And
on
he's
this
the
list
one
if we're
that
talking
he
about
did
characters
come
that
back.
die.
He came back, and like the whole fucking timeline shit. Yeah, maybe he is resurrected. I don't fucking know now.
I mean, let's put it this way:
I'm not finished with that yet, but
we don't know like the specifics behind it. At least I can't think of the fucking date off the top of my head. The Avengers that you watch in Endgame are not all the same Avengers that you watch in Infinity War because they did time travel and changed the timeline.
yes, different.
This is what was my original complaint, and I said this
No,
in
time
our
travel
review.
sucks.
Yes, time travel. We all agreed. That's one thing we could universally agree on. See, this is the
Time
problem
travel adds
with
plot holes
time
in
travel.
movies. Yeah, it adds plot holes.
It does. It does.
Always does.
Because then it's like an automatic Band-Aid. It's like, oh, you want to bring back Captain America? Well, this is a version before he was dead in the main timeline, blah, blah, blah. Or, you know, you could bring back... And it makes sense because when they started moving in this new direction, and, you know, I'm not going to get into that, but it feels like they hit the time travel ripcord so that if something doesn't work out, they can be like, oh, well, shit, Mayday, let's bring back, you know, Chris Evans or Robert Downey Jr. or someone else to, you know, save something that might be in trouble.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why that's why they're going to have the
like.
multiverse of madness. DC has its multiverse too, but and I don't want to get into that. When you really get into the multiverses with the comics, it just gets really fucking messy. It's fun for a bunch of books and comics.
And how many times we fucking reset?
Oh,
hold
yeah.
on.
I'm a DC fan.
Hello, Johnny's girl.
Oh, hey, Johnny's girl. Hey, KH. And
DC just pushes the reset button every time they're bored. Hey guys, what should we do? Oh, I think we should reset the universe again. Just really fuck with them.
I will say the best storyline that I've read in DC before everything crashed and burned was the Metal. DC Metal was fucking fantastic. And the Batman Who Laughs, that was pretty good. But the rest of it, I'm just like, fuck. Anyways, the only true exception to the dynamic remains Tony Stark. The entirety of Endgame was set up as memorial for his death and legacy, and Spider-Man Far From Home acknowledges the ongoing emotional impact of the loss.
Really,
you know,
mostly only if and it only really affects Peter. We only see Peter getting. We don't see a world really getting affected by Iron Man.
Yeah, and he came out and said, Peter. I am Iron Man. And yeah, and I agree. There's no statues or nothing that says, you know, Tony was such a great guy. I agree with that. It's like they did a great thing among the heroes, but it's like if we're talking this is like real world, right? And people know Tony Stark is Iron Man because he came out in the movie and he said, I am Iron Man. So the whole world knows he's Iron Man, and there was a whole movie dealing about that and him coming out. No pun intended. Then there should be, like, in the world, a big emotional impact with at least people referencing going like, oh, yeah, you know, because of Tony's sacrifice, we were able to do, you know, blah, 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 or even in passing. But it's just like, everything feels disconnected, and the irony is they're trying to now connect TV with movies.
Yeah, we made a thing at a point. DC does a better job of recognizing when their titans have fallen.
Yeah,
and
because
I will say it. Even Snyder made sure that he showed you the world was affected by Superman's death, But
Oh,
even
yeah,
that was
of
covered in
course.
the comics after the death of Superman. Everyone lost their hope. It felt hopeless. Where was that when Captain America and Tony died?
I know, and we're talking about the B team here. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Marvel, but I mean, Kevin's the reason why half these people are like A-listers. Yeah. So I mean, you would think with like you lost Captain America and look, I'll give Falcon and Winter Soldier credit because from what I've heard, there is a lot of things with Falcon with him addressing Captain America. I'm gonna assume dying and they just left him on the bench. But he does have the like in his mind, like, oh, am I gonna be a good Captain America? Whatever else. Fucking Bucky's in therapy. I thought that was hilarious. I don't know why people were riffing on it because when I watch clips from like Nerdjotic and stuff reviewing it, I go, why are you guys like bashing this? This seems pretty fucking funny. Like, think of the Winter Soldier, a guy who assassinated people, is going to therapy. That actually made sense to me. It was kind of funny.
It does make sense. He's a killer. He's struggling with his past.
And
Oh,
his
it's almost
best
like a
friend
soldier
died.
who is struggling with PTSD.
Yeah, I
He
know.
kind
And I
of
could
needed
relate
that,
with
even though he's just like a soldier and doesn't want to go to therapy for that.
yeah, it's so I mean that was a cool nod, but like I said, and like the article is saying, it's like they don't take the time to focus on events that would have affected these other things if everything's supposed to be connected, right? You should have a ripple effect. Fuck, even the CW does that, and we all know the quality in CW. But even them, if someone dies in one show, and PB, you know this because you still watch them. If someone dies in a show, right? Every fucking show mentions it at one point or another. It's like a ripple in the whole verse because Arrow's gone. We're just gonna call it the verse.
You just got see, they're
Yep.
acknowledging death though. Even
Yeah,
fucking Lord of the Rings, everybody felt affected by Gandalf's death.
yeah. I mean,
It's like, oh no, it's not like that. No, people knew he died. They were affected when they thought Aragon died. They were like, shit, there goes the king, who's supposed to unite all of us now. And then he was back, and they're like, yay!
and this one I do agree with because I remember watching up to this. And WandaVision initially seemed to be heading toward a fulfilling memorial for Vision. The focus on Wanda dealing with her grief over the loss of led to powerful and much memed moments, with a final scene where she starts to accept the loss and move on. But her struggle is cheapened by the heavy telegraphing of his eventual return and the show's late season's effort to set up Scarlet Witch, one of the Marvels and possibly the agents of Atlas.
Yeah, speaking of it too, nobody was affected by Vision's death. You know, the guy that saved them from Ultron.
Thanks to the compressing shooting schedule due to the zombie apocalypse, WandaVision also had to cut scenes involving strangely resurrected Quicksilver, denying that character's closure or continuation. Which I'm just going to say it. Quicksilver had the shittiest. He had the shittiest characterization, and he had the shittiest death. Like, Quicksilver got really just bent over so many ways. Like, oh my god, like just the way he died, remembering age of, oh my god, it was just so terrible. It was that. I'm sorry, that was so shitty. Like, and people don't even fucking remember it. They're like, oh yeah, Quicksilver was in the MCU. I mean, she's and that's Wanda's brother. People just fucking forgot he was a thing. I mean, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier looked to expand for closure on Steve Rogers, but the show's leads were forced to do so by proxy, struggling with their own masculinity to speak about how they felt. Well, come on. I hate that. No.
It's Polygon, dude.
I forgot.
The article I read the other day from Polygon wasn't too bad. That's why I was fine with it. Same with the Kotaku one. Those two articles last week, those ones were pretty good. I like those writers. They didn't have to add that stupid shit.
And, basically they say the same thing for Loki. I don't want to get too much more into that or whatever because it's still fairly new. But the whole point is, the whole point is that, and it's funny because Planet Q's Queen put the suicide prevention number. Yeah, poor characters. PB, let me ask
one of
you,
these movies got to give a fucking monument to the Avengers that fell, and as this is all of them in a statue. Holy shit!
Yeah, they're building a Kal-El statue.
fuck Kal-El. You know who never? Look, see, you got me started, you motherfucker. You know who never got a statue? Let me tell you. You know who got fucked over, folks? Zod. Zod got fucked over. Here's a guy. No. Here's a guy who went and he beat Superman. And fuck you, old school fan who said Superman. He beat the fuck out of Superman. He literally made Superman kneel, right? And then how do they treat my boy Zod? He gets fucking beat by Saran wrap and titty twisted. I will never forgive you for that, DC. And then Zach, this is my one gripe with you. I love your other work, but Zach, what does Zach do? He takes it a step further. He goes, nah, man, I can give a better fuck you to Zod. Superman, for no apparent reason, because you had choices, Superman. You had fucking choices. For no apparent reason, Superman lets the whole fucking city get pretty much blown up, shit flying everywhere. But his fucking line, the line he won't cross, is the fucking family huddled in the corner where the I-beams weren't even fucking close to hitting them. And no, Superman's like, fuck that. I'm snapping this motherfucker's neck. Fuck you for that, Zach. Fuck you. There were tons
of other people that died.
He could have. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. How many people fucking died in that battle? How many? There was probably some fucking Joe Schmo late for work, and he's like, "Oh man, traffic's heavy," and bam, a fucking building fell on him. Fuck dramatic.
Didn't that happen though? And they had that in the BVS. The building fell on the dude, and he didn't have his legs anymore. And then he went and kamikazed himself in that courtroom.
Yeah,
great stuff.
Like, I love you too, honey. Oh, everybody says hi.
Again?
No, I was talking.
I didn't even know that she was there.
Yeah, she's like a ghost. Penguin 322 said, "I hated the way Quicksilver was killed off." Yes, I agree, dude. I never got a chance to bring that up because I was swept up in the
first time or the second time. It was killed. He was killed off in a different way the second time, but not the same way as the first time.
I was like, dude, like Quicksilver, man, like. I feel like Quicksilver, every company has that inside joke about that character that they fuck with. For DC, it's Zod. Fuck you, DC. I swear, if I don't get an R-rated Zod movie, we're done, DC. We're fucking done. But anyways, but Quicksilver, man, in X-Men, the Fox versions, and in fucking the MCU version, he gets unceremoniously killed in both of them in very ridiculous, stupid manners, and I can't for the life of me understand what the fuck the gripe is against.
Oh, he was killed in the Fox one too? I didn't know. I didn't watch Dark Phoenix.
I'm
opening up wounds. I was talking about the WandaVision way, which he didn't really technically die, but
Elizabeth, how are you? What are you? the personal. I haven't watched most of them. A personal boycott of them ruining the comics. Elizabeth, me, I never really got offended about them with the comics because I always knew they were going to change them around and look, some things just don't work. DC is one of the biggest offenders of when they try to do shit and they do it wrong. So I would say, which is worse, not accurately translating something or
This
doing
is just what just do what DC does. Oh, it's a different story in our whole multiverse. Sorry, it wasn't exactly like the comic. Next. That's what they say about all their shows and everything. When people are like, it's not exactly like the comic. Well, yeah, it's a different timeline, a different
Wait,
different
Justin,
universe.
I didn't send you a link. Yes, I did, you motherfucker. Or go into the group chat you're a part of and click the fucking link. Are you kidding me, guy?
We crying. I gotta piss.
Oh my god. Oh, I didn't send him a personal link. Well, still, it's in the group chat.
Wait, who's bitching?
Justin.
Send me the link. No, you have the link. How about you overcome your lobotomy? Like, I shouldn't have to send the fucking link individually if I send it to the group chat that you have access to. Do you not check the group chat at this time of the night on the weekend for a possible link? I feel like you should. You have access.
Excuse me? If anybody has had a lobotomy, it is you, PB.
Lobotomies don't make you tired.
Based on the way that you have been talking your entire existence on the internet, you clearly have had an lobotomy.
I'm not the one who's falling short and can't find something that's right in front of my face.
I went to piss and I came back to shit slinging. We shit slinging.
Welcome to the fan zone.
What is this shit slinging about? I don't know what the fuck you're shit slinging about. I know you're just
Justin, this is what happens when we let you out of the basement. No, like that. I let you out of the basement, and this is what happened. Elizabeth,
I'm sorry. I feel a little deathly ill, but I'm very happy to be on here, I guess. But no, I honestly didn't see your post on the chat. Anyways, what were we talking about?
Well, did we make it to in between subjects?
I got two things I gotta address. First off, Elizabeth, I completely, and I love this back and forth we always have because I know you're a comic book fan too. I completely understand what you're saying, but to quote PB's argument, source material. Okay, as two people who follow source material, I can appreciate your argument. Look, I would have liked Civil War to be what it was like in the comics, but when I look at it logistically, it also led into the Squirrel invasion, which it looks like they're saving for Phase 4. I don't know what the fuck they're doing in Phase 4.
For the MCU, they did Civil War because they needed the Avengers to be separated to make Thanos seem like a bigger threat.
But yeah, so
hold on. Is somebody talking shit about Elizabeth Olsen?
No. Oh my god.
Oh,
no.
okay, cool.
Never.
Okay. See.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
So
yeah, I'm just trying to catch up on what you guys are talking about.
Stop being a mustard then.
But Elizabeth, I do understand your disagreements with that, but at this point, I've given up with them trying to be continuity within the comic book accurate at all, and
they're doing their own thing.
Now, geekicidal tendencies, you son of a bitch. I'm going to address.
Hey! The comic timeline exists now, though, according to Loki. So
you
don't get pissy.
Zod did kill Soups. Killing Zod in any way crush your view of him? I bet not at all. No, Here's the thing, Geekocidal Tendencies. I'm talking about the treatment in the cinemas.
The treatment in the cinemas.
That was a real
Yes.
sentence.
And this is where me and PB will like cheers ourselves like with Guinnesses. Just be like, hey, Zod said something stupid. Treat.
Hey, don't you tempt me.
I just thought of something weird.
You know what?
Remember how there was a
Don't
70s
even talk shit about my girl Elizabeth Olsen.
I just thought of something with the Marvel universe and all this stuff. Remember the 70s movies and stuff of Marvel? Remember that?
No.
Are they going to have them magically appear?
I'm sorry, Husky, but were you born in the 70s? Were you alive in the 70s?
But I know what the characters look
so
like, and
shut
I've seen
the
the
fuck
Hulk
up
movie.
about the 70s in that regard.
Well, my dad
Unless
was
you
alive.
watched, did you watch?
Did you watch all
the
they're doing all
Marvel
this
shit?
timeline shit? Are they going to bring people?
Hold on,
Are they going to
hold
bring
on.
people through that and
Both of you
confuse everyone?
shut the fuck up for a second. Both of you shut the fuck up. Okay? I'm going to say this right now. I'm giving a shout out to Elizabeth Me. Yes, Geek Love. And I appreciate all 22 people watching for some Geek Love.
Elizabeth.
Yes, tonight we're going to keep it lighter. We've got everything from the Geek Corners. And I'm actually glad Justin is here because tonight me and Justin are going to share a moment for our favorite show. If you guys don't know, me and Justin proper bonded over one amazing show. And that show is
Cobra Kai.
Fuck yeah. And I got some season 4 updates.
Oh, do you?
Yes, I do.
Right.
Look here.
Speaking of,
Cobra Kai never dies.
All right. So we got some season 4 updates, and I'm just going to, just because we started talking about it and it's my show and I don't need to be in order. So fuck everyone. My girl's laughing in the background. Cobra Kai. That's right. Season 4. Netflix release date and what we know so far. I gotta tell you guys, even
I
though
thought you were going to go down and it was just going to say, we don't know shit.
I would have been sad, but like, oh, I'm so sorry.
It would have been. It would have been.
So, even though we had our gripes with season 3, I am so excited.
What
We did?
What gripes?
Well, you know,
Well, Lee, you didn't.
Just how fast Miguel
Zod,
healed,
you
maybe?
didn't.
Is that it?
You
Is
did
that
not.
right?
I'll
That's my own. That'd be like
No. I'll start. I'll start. Zod, what gripes did you have with season 3?
we talked about it for like an hour stream.
Well, refresh our fucking memory.
Remind the audience.
Fuck, it was. I rant about a lot of things. I forgot at this point. Do you think I keep
No.
track of all the shit I rant about?
You said like, oh, we had some gripes. I'm like, what gripes do you have?
No, we did.
He
Remember
just he doesn't know what he's upset about, but he just knows that he's still upset about it.
No, I know what it was. It was the way they split up the season. That was one issue, and
They split it up the way they
went to Japan.
Yeah, when they went to Japan, and they had that kind of the episode with him, and we felt like
I love those. Oh, I love that.
I know what a great.
Yeah, I pointed out that there were some flaws in that because, like, the coincidences of how he just happened to meet the person who could save the car company. It was stuff like that. I mean,
oh yes, you can see our disagreements at the Justice Proper.
And we both did agree that Miguel should have been wheelchair bound a little bit longer, and you had that funny.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Wheelchair Miguel. Wheelchair Miguel was one of the best. Actually, D. Snyder did, if I remember correctly, they were nominated for some sort of award for that specific moment. I think it was MTV. It was the VMAs. For that specific moment in Cobra Kai where I Wanna Rock was nominated. And if I remember correctly, I don't know if they actually won or not, but I thought it was so funny because I said something like, Miguel was the heart and soul of that entire scene. And it's just so weird that you would nominate Miguel. You wouldn't nominate Xolo Dueñas, if I'm saying that correctly. You would not nominate him as well for that scene. It was so weird. But I imagine you have a point for this whole article. So go ahead.
And let's be real, Emmys haven't been fucking serious since fucking that show, what's her face, Emma in Paris or something, got fucking nominated. That I was like, holy fuck, that racist fucking piece of shit show. Yeah, exactly. Just look it up on Netflix. Look, I'm not particularly fond of Paris or France or any of that, as you guys know. But even I watch that show and I go, oh my God, this is so fucking racist. The show is really blatantly racist against the French. It is so terrible. And on top of that, it's a really bad show. I think it's called Emma in Paris or something. It's a terrible show. I watched it out of curiosity and I regret every minute I wasted on that show. She's a terrible fucking person in the beginning of the show, and she's a fucking terrible person at the end of the show. And how it got nominated and greenlit for season 2, I will never fucking understand.
And I want to know, is PB still awake? Or did you finally put him to sleep? Oh, good. He didn't fall asleep to Zod's voice.
Not yet.
No, it's a humble beginnings on YouTube Premium. Cobra Kai now sits amongst the biggest titles in the Netflix original lineup. You fucking bet your bottom dollar it does. Fuck yeah. Following on decades after the Karate Kid movies, the series picks up with Johnny and Daniel, who both return to old feuds and start competing dojos, igniting old rivalries. Dun, dun, dun. The show is notably an Emmy nominated in 2021 for Best Comedy Series. Emmys, let me tell you something right now. If Cobra Kai doesn't win, and read Husky's thing, disclaimer, I will burn that motherfucker to the ground. I will burn it. I will burn that motherfucker to the ground in a Cobra Kai t-shirt.
It's going to go to some show you never fucking heard of, because that's how these award shows work.
I'll support you.
If something wins Best Comedy and I've never heard of it, I will.
How come that didn't win first season or second season? Oh, because YouTube.
Why is it under comedy?
Fuck it. It's like these motherfuckers.
Here we go. Here's
every single time, I have introduced somebody to Cobra Kai.
Zod, you've been told in the chat to zoom more.
Shut up, dog.
I'm saying the chat. No, I'm talking about the chat. The chat's more important than you. When they want to follow along,
they need to
follow along.
Oh, this is season 3. What the fuck am I getting?
Yeah, that is a season 3 trailer, making you think it was a season 4 one when they shoved that in there.
Who put the fucking season 3?
No. If you're gonna include a clip,
yes. So zoom this in a bit more.
I'll include a clip.
Yeah. Boot up a clip, and when I get done, we'll play season 4 clip. So season 4 has renewed long before season 3 hit our screens, but it's worth going back through the timeline of how Netflix acquired the series before we look ahead. Why the fuck are we going back through the timeline? No, it's
money.
Not. Okay, the timeline was season 1 and season 2 came out on fucking YouTube Premium, which they had a great fucking show, and they were like, oh no, we're not going to do original shows even though we got a big fucking hit. We're just going to be dickheads. So Netflix was like, oh yeah, we just buy a lot of shit that's hits. Boom. Now it's on Netflix. There you go. Y'all are caught up. when when is Cobra Kai season 4 in production? Production status concluded filming on April 30th, 2021. Fuck yeah. As we covered above, writing for season 4 technically began before the show was even fully picked up by Netflix, as they awaited news based on the performance of the addition of season 1 and 2 to Netflix over the summer. So they were
So
like,
I have a question. Do you think the episodes are going to still be 30 minutes long, or will they be an hour long? Or will they have a couple more than just 10 episodes a season?
who knows? I mean, I don't care either way. I think it's a perfect format and that it's a perfect amount of time, because they get to the point, you got just enough to where they got to write the story where it's concise enough to lead somewhere. I don't know. I say don't change the format. It's perfect.
Yeah, maybe add a couple more episodes, though.
See, but the problem is when you add too many episodes, then you run into a problem when you're doing filler. Like for Lucifer, when it came to Netflix, that was the best fucking move, because they cut down 10 episodes, which you didn't really need. Because when I went back through and I watched every season, I went, holy fuck. Seasons like 1 through 4 are so hard to get through with the extra. And don't get me wrong, Tom Ellis is fucking hilarious and is like, will forever be my devil, but it feels like padding. And see, with the new format, he just gets the point. The jokes are there. It's all good. Same with Cobra Kai. They have the jokes, they have the setup, and bam, shit gets going right away. If you put too many episodes, then it feels like the writers are just writing shit in to fill the slate.
Right, hold on. Panel sound off. Zod.
Huh?
Proper. PB. All right, I think PB's out now.
By late October 2020, the writing staff had concluded after 14 weeks of writing from the more polishing into scripts took place in preparation for filming. Final day of season 4 writer's room, 14 weeks with some of my favorite people in the world. Scripts are rolling in, excited. We'll have everything written and polished by the time we start filming. It's going to be another kick-ass season. So there they are. So this is good, because that means that they can release it whenever they really want to. Proper, what do you think? October they're going to go for a release?
You know what? If they go for a New Year's kind of release that they did last year,
That might be what they're doing.
yeah,
that was great. You woke up New Year's and you watched that. That's what we did when they brought them all over. We watched those.
All right, I was gonna say it was a good idea, but take it away, I guess, dog.
Yeah, no, it was great, because you wake up and you want to watch something. You're like, hey, and you just get through these, and you're like, that's fun.
Yeah,
you
totally.
get angry because you want more
Wasn't gonna say
episodes
that
once
at
you've
all.
done all of them.
Thank you, dog.
Angry. See, the fun part was watching all of them, and then we got all angry because wanted more.
Yeah, I went through seasons 1 through 3. Like, I didn't start at 3, even though we did. I just went right through to up to 3, and I'll do the same thing for 4, because I think you get a good sense. Like, you can get the flow of the story by watching it all consecutively. As for when filming will start, that was always believed to be taking place in early 2021. As
Give me a
we
second.
recorded in September. Now, thanks to production listing, we have an estimate time frame to how long production will take. As reported, filming was originally set to take place January 20th, 2021, and run through April 15th, 2021. It is unclear when filming actually got underway, but the first script could suggest it didn't get underway until a month later, February 26, 2021. In an interview with Ralph Macchiano with the New York Times, he suggested that Netflix wasn't allowing cast and crew to inform us in regards of filming updates. So there he is. There's no more time for training. Season 4 is officially underway. There's the script. Season 4, episode 1 is called Let's Begin. Ooh. Love that title already. And it's written by Josh Headland, John
Hurwitz.
John Hurwitz, and Hayden. Oh God, I'm not gonna try to say that.
Is that a 0?
It looks like a 0.
It looks like a 0.
Since filming began, we've had a few updates and cast and crew production, but there's everyone shooting, obviously. On March 26th, John Hurwitz posts that they shot several scenes that will massively vary, saying some will make you cry, some will make you laugh. Okay.
Some of us will shit our pants.
Then April 30th, John Horowitz and members of the cast and crew took to social media to share the fact they've done with filming. And here we go. Tonight, myself and the entire crew of Cobra Kai Season 4 officially wrapped. What a season and what a year. A crew that is fearless and shows no mercy through COVID. We push on.
Now you're definitely demonetized. You said the name.
Yep.
You said the zombie virus.
We strike first, and with a cast that So, who will be starring in season 4 of Cobra Kai? While it's a little too early to go over all cast members of season 4, we can expect the majority of main cast to remain. Now, headline guest stars.
That's you know, I love the picture right there. It's like of the worst movie. you have Hilary Swank, which is really sweet and everything, and then you have Mr. Miyagi, Pat Morita, who's, rest in peace. That was his last time, portraying Miyagi, and then you have a fucking pigeon, the luckiest fucking pigeon in the world.
That's not a pigeon.
That's whatever the fuck that.
Like a falcon, dude.
Yeah, whatever the. No, it's a pigeon. It's a pigeon.
That's not a pigeon.
Blah blah blah. You're a dog. Pigeon. You're a dog. Who cares?
Yeah, dogs like going after birds. You think I know
blah,
about my birds?
Blah blah.
So the new headline.
No. I just love that it's this picture as opposed to any other one. But I lost track of what you guys were talking about. But in terms of Cobra Kai, like, I think Cobra Kai is like one of the best series ever. But go ahead.
The new headline guest star from previous films coming back to the series is Thomas Ian Griffith, who plays Terry Silver, which I'm very curious.
You're very curious about Thomas. Yeah. You're very curious about Terry Silver. Yeah.
I said Terry Silver, you son of a bitch. As other guest stars from the old
asshole.
Movies,
okay. All right. Cool.
That's completely speculation right now, too.
Yes. Yeah. You're an asshole. That's completely speculation.
It is completely speculation. There's no valid proof I am an asshole.
Hi, unicorn. Can we get her? Is Zod an asshole?
You know what? I got a better one. Chat. Put a 1 if you think I'm an asshole, a 2 if you think I'm not an asshole.
Oh my god! There's gonna be so many 1s in the chat.
Beautiful love of my life. Justin said I'm an asshole.
Yep.
What the fuck? You know what? Look at Michelle.
You pride yourself on being an asshole.
I mean, that's fair.
He says, I'm a villain. I'm such a villain.
One of the key names that has yet to return is Hilary Swank as Julie Pierce. In an interview with Cinema Blend, Horst discusses the possibility, saying, in our writer's room, we speak about literally every character that has appeared in the Miyagi verse. Great title, by the way. So it's obvious that we've spoken about Julie Pierce. As to whether or not she'll return to the series, that's something you'll just have to wait and find out. Well, if they got what's her name back, then I mean, what is Hillary doing these days? I'm just saying.
That's not incorrect.
I mean, and here's the connection. She was already on a Netflix show. So it wouldn't be impossible to get her back because she's already worked for them. And granted, the show did fucking terrible, but I mean, as for whether Elizabeth Shue will return, seems to be up in the air too. Her character Allie.
Well, she already returned, and it was already great. I think it's over.
Yeah, I was like, I think she had a good part to play. She moved the story. It wasn't too like, focused on her. I think they did the right move.
Yeah, it wasn't too forceful or anything. Like it was exactly what you would want, especially with again, this series is so great. If you only watched the first Karate Kid, but now with season 4, you're gonna have to watch Karate Kid 1 and Karate Kid 3.
I mean, but here's the great thing, though. Even if you haven't or you never really liked the movies, this show is so different, yet it respects it. But it's so different to where people who maybe weren't fans could come in and watch it. And it's very grounded. And, like, the thing that attracted me was, like, two middle-aged guys who are having a fucking feud, even though their feud started at high school. I mean, it's shit people can relate to. And it's
yes, we could watch your show every night and then just watch you and PB rant back and forth.
hey, don't talk about my wife like that when he can't defend himself.
That's
right, got him. Anyways,
got him.
Okay, PB. Nothing. He's asleep, I guess.
Okay, these are other people coming. Vanessa something, Peyton List will be promoted to season regulars. Dallas Dupree Young was cast as Kenny, a bullied new kid in school who turns to karate as a way to defend himself. O'Brien will play Devin.
Is that the guy on the left?
I'm guessing so.
I really hope that's a guy. Okay.
Oh,
all
no,
right.
It's not. Una, it will play Devon, a potentially new karate student who is restless, competitive, a quick study, and equally quick-tempered when she's provoked.
Oh, we got another crazy chick.
Yeah, I like the first crazy chick. She's my favorite. Proper role.
Well, Husky. Like, who was your favorite character in the new cast?
I don't know, man. New cast. I know everybody loves Miguel, so there we go.
No, not Miguel.
No?
Not Miguel.
He can't count him.
No, of course you can't count him because it's everyone's.
Who's everyone's name? Yeah, no.
You know what? I wanted more wheelchair Miguel. Wheelchair Miguel was the best
name.
Was the best part of the season. But aside from Miguel, who was your favorite? Like honestly, Husky. Like I'm honestly asking you.
See, I only know Miguel's name. I know part of Hawk's name, but I don't know what to think of him. He was kind of like a piece of shit, and then maybe he's doing a 180 right now. I don't know. Then the crazy chick.
Yeah,
I don't know her name. Yeah.
Oh, Tori
nuts.
Sucks.
I got annoyed when they had the trifecta. Oh, I hate trifectas in movies.
What do you mean trifecta? You mean the
They call them romance triangles. I call them trifectas because that's what they really are.
the love triangles.
Yeah, love
No,
triangles. I
Oh,
hate them. I
okay.
call them trifectas because that's what they are.
You're a sick
That's
man.
all they are. That's all they are. It's like because that's what they do. It's like, oh, who's going to fuck? Who are they going to fuck? It's annoying. Just stop it. Just stop it. Just if they all sat down and talked, then they'd understand shit. And if fucking then you're like, no, you got to play with emotions, shit. Fucking no, just fucking sit down and like do that.
Hold on, I'm going back through because I missed some responses here. So 2, 2, 2. Oh, thanks, guys. What twos? 1, 2, 3.
What's the twos for again?
Whether or not I was an asshole, they're saying 2.
Yeah.
I'm not. See, I'm not an asshole.
Oh, I don't think you're an asshole. Pretty sure if you asked them if they thought I was an asshole, it'd be a different poll.
Oops, wrong one. Anyways, so Cobra Kai, what to expect? The chips are now down for the upcoming 51st All Valley Karate Tournament with LaRusso, Miyagi-Do's, and Lawrence Eagle Fang Dojo teaming up against Kreese's Cobra Kai. As for who will compete for each of the dojos is another story. Samantha and Miguel are both headline fighters of the combined dojos, while Robbie, Tori, and Kyler are all Kyler are all valuable options for Cobra Kai.
Kyler? What a fucking stupid name.
Man, is he one of the bullies? Because I'm surprised he didn't get bullied for his name. Fucking.
One of the final scenes of Cobra Kai.
Oh my god! I wish George Carlin fucking roasted him for that fucking name. Never mind.
Sees Kreese calling up his old war vet buddy for backup. For those of you who don't know who he's calling up, Terry Silver, who was played by Thomas Ian Griffith, who appeared in Karate Kid Part 3. Silver is notable because he founded Cobra Kai. Dun, dun, dun. Since the production began, Thomas Ian Griffith, who plays Terry Silver, posted on social media, which could be indicative of what he'll look like in some form throughout season 4. There he is. Look at that. All right. Netflix released a proper first look at the character Terry Silver and how he will appear in the 4th season. Oh, badass. Look at that.
You know what I liked about the teasing for Cobra Kai season 3? They teased you so much that they were like, yeah, Miguel's dead. And you're like, no.
You can't fight. A man can't breathe. You can't fight. A man can't see. You can't fight. Extreme situations require extreme measures.
Woo! Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I might watch that a couple more times. Elsewhere, we can expect to see the neckbeard teacher
Stingray. Stingray.
Returns for season 4. At the beginning of season 3, it was mentioned that he was currently on probation. But the actor behind the character teased a return could be because he fucking tackled kids.
Yeah, he was the I don't know why you call him teachers. He got hired as a security guard type person for the school.
Yeah,
and he said that's what he would do. He'd tackle kids.
I mean, to be fair, he broke all sorts of rules. And other big changes, Hawk looks like he could be getting a change of hair color from the previous season, where it's been red. The actor has been recently signing signatures, sporting a purple haircut.
Oh yeah! Now he combined the red hair color and the blue color, and he's now purple.
Yeah, it's like going into Super Saiyan mode.
And next it'll be yellow.
There's going to be another All Valley tournament. We could be seeing in the fight scenes in Cobra Kai season 4 too. In an interview with Bleeding Cool, Hirokoto and Janelle
Janelle Kerfman.
both say they're no longer involved in the project. John Hortz has promised more badass montages with some of his favorites coming up in season 4. When will it be released on Netflix? Now, the big question is, when can we expect Cobra Kai season 4 to be on Netflix? The good news is that is in the Q1 2021 earnings call video listed season 4 of Cobra Kai's release in the back half of 2021. So I'm guessing it's like we said around October. Hortz responded to fans about season 4, and he said it would roughly take a year, take place a year after season 3 to Netflix.
Can we get a little bit of I have a clip right here.
Yeah, let's do a clip. So
the clip
All
is it's off of YouTube, so I'm sure YouTube won't be offended by us using YouTube's clip.
first, let me just check the chat because I haven't checked it in a while.
He's
See what's going on
neglecting you
there.
guys. He hates you.
What's your pie hole?
See, that's what I was saying. Like, hey, if you put the asshole thing for me, they will definitely say
what
I'm
you
the
doing?
asshole.
How's it going? Planet Goose Green says, I wonder what will happen if someone at Grove, when Extras was there filming, had the audios of Turd playing a lot. Oh, okay, that's a different conversation. Okay, I don't think it's much. Geekocile Tendency says, did any of you fellas on the panel even see any of the KK movies during the OG theatrical runs? KK4 included.
Theatrical runs.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was not alive during that time.
Same.
But I do remember. I'm not kidding. It was when I actually wanted to know karate, and I wanted to take karate lessons because of the Karate Kid, and that's only because of a vague memory of having Mr. Miyagi on TV. And then I remember the day that Mr. Miyagi passed away. Pat Morita had died, and the clip that I remember, it wasn't this, but it was of Pat Morita bowing to Hilary Swank, if you can imagine that. But yeah, it was pretty amazing. But yeah, looking at these characters now. By the way, this is an episode that is readily available on YouTube, and a lot of people have.
Oh, hey, Rob's Rules, and yeah, I'm gonna talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah, but I love the introduction to these characters. This is Eli, who's going to be Hawk, the guy who's going to break this guy's arm in like season 3, but you don't know that now. But it's so cool. They're where they started and everything. I just want to give you guys a reminder of this. And by the way, Dimitri, like the one guy, is one of my favorite characters.
Ooh, sorry, table's really blowing up right now. I can put you on the wait list, but it's probably next semester at the earliest.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. Sit.
Miguel.
Dimitri, this is Eli. He's a man of few words.
You say that now.
And then now you can't get him to shut the fuck up.
I know. Once you get the guy to
Dude,
talk.
don't torture yourself. Those are the rich girls.
Them's the rich cunts.
Did you ever talk to them? Or...
Hey,
Oh
C
yeah, all the
word,
time. We
Husky.
hang out after school.
PB's asleep, so I'm the one saying it.
You get one.
I
love this shot.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Get the words off the screen because we gotta fucking meme that shit. People start screenshotting that and meme the shit out of this. This is perfect. This is look at that. This is perfect meme material right there.
Right there. I can send Rob the
do
link
some
if you
weed
want.
joke with that one.
No, it's a really bad shot, but I think it's
When the
kind of
shrooms
funny.
kick in.
Yeah.
Did you ever talk to them? Or...
Oh yeah, all the time. We hang out after school, make out, give each other hand jobs.
That, my friends, is why I thought Dimitri was my favorite, like, low-key character in season 1, was because of that. He wasn't quite ready to be a part of, any sort of karate dojo. I knew he was going to be a part of Miyagi-Do because, he's a
little bitch. I'm sorry. I kind of hate
okay.
it.
I already beat you to it. I called him a pussy before, yeah. But it's one of those things where I was just so excited that I was vindicated. I was correct about it. When I had a few videos that did pretty well on that. And I was so excited about Karate Kid, and I was so excited about Cobra Kai season 2 and season 3. Oh my God. And now season 4, I'm just in it. I'm in for the ride. There's, no other show that's quite like it that respects the mythology because,
hold on a second. Elizabeth Me, have a wonderful evening. Glad you can join us.
Okay.
I just want to say goodnight to her. Continue. Oh, really? Really? Just nothing? Just
No. Oh, no. I wanted to respect you for a change.
Oh. Well, shit, I don't know what to do when you do that.
He doesn't know what to do with this respect.
Wait, what?
Wow, this is totally worthless. That's what it sounds like.
May I please send Rob the link?
I mean, I could just send Rob the link.
What is he going to talk about?
I mean,
let's see. Let's see what. Okay.
There we go.
We're an hour in and 2 articles in.
In terms of the Cobra Kai thing.
Oh yeah, there we know.
Oh yeah, so Cobra Kai, we have something to look forward to.
Too late for you, Rob? No. We already sent you the link.
Don't force him. Don't force Rob. Just let him relax. He just wants to relax.
No.
Yes,
my mom.
yes. Rob's nice to us, and we're going to be nice to him.
No. He's my mom's favorite, so that's why.
But if he wants to relax and just watch and listen to the stream, he can. We're not.
When did you become
him.
the nice guy?
I am the chaotic one.
Yeah, so that's why it's so much more surprising to me.
Okay.
So here we go. If you guys were with us on the penis stream, you'll know I talked about John Barrowman.
What the fuck? The penis stream?
The penis stream. He doesn't know. I love it that he doesn't know. That's what just makes it better.
So
the penis stream.
We called it the penis stream because John Barrowman got in trouble for apparently taking his penis out and just putting it all sorts of places.
I
Well,
missed that stream, but they
wait,
caught
wait.
me up the next day. 'cause I
Wait,
was
what?
Tired or something.
John Barrowman put his penis on someone's car as a joke.
Oh no, wait, no, I
Fucking
didn't
Dexter.
miss that. I remember what
who's-
happened. Watching
who's
that
John-
stream, the next day I got a shit ton of stuff with his name and my recommendation. I'm like, what the
Oh my
fuck?
God.
Just because
Yeah,
of
I
that
actually
stream.
made it in the algorithm. I don't know how that happened. But
I
anyways,
know.
so here is the funniest thing because poor John Browerman, at first he got this bullshit thing. He did it 10 years ago. He came out and apologized. And then, of course, cancel culture got him, which he's never done anything to be a dick and or even, he's never been on
I
their
mean, he
side. He's
has a
never
dick.
talked.
Every dude has a dick.
And he's gay. So it's really surprising they canceled him. I'm really shocked that no one brought that up. Like, oh, okay. But anyways, he sparked new outrage because, well, I'm going to see this movie.
Be sure
but
you
it's kind of
zoom the
funny.
fuck in for the chat.
I will. John Browerman sparks backlash after tagging M Night Shyamalan in criticism about his new film. And he says,
Old.
former Doctor Who star repeatedly referred to the newly released horror film as shit.
Dude, that movie looks shit from the ads.
Hey, there will be no slander of M. Night Shyamalan on this channel ever. He created one of the greatest memeable movies of all time. You speak about Mr. Shyamalan with respect, sir, okay? I choose to believe Avatar never happened. But besides that, The Happening is a fucking gem. Okay?
Okay, zoom the fuck in.
So first I'm going to play this clip of what he said.
And it won't load. Oh, it was loading the ad. Oh,
Fuck
man.
me.
Just zoom out.
Fucking
Zoom
ads.
out. We're not sponsored by these people. They don't deserve our stuff. No, hide it.
Yeah.
Hide it. Hide it. No, hide it.
I'm not going to hide it. It's too much work.
You
I'm
gotta
not
hide
hiding it. I'm already committed. It's 1 second.
I'm already disappointed.
Okay, now you're going to mute him.
No.
Fuck.
M Night Shyamalan.
Okay, here we
When
go.
we just came back from the movies, we saw Old, M Night Shyamalan, and it was utter so bad. I got up, asked for our money back, and what did I get? Money back. I got the money back because they said usually within the first 30 minutes we give the money back. The movie didn't do anything for 2 freaking hours. It was, what was it, Scott? It was marvelous.
He said it was dog shit,
It was,
didn't he?
A bit of endurance, really, wasn't it?
An endurance that will never get back. 2 hours of her life. It was. Don't bother going to go see it.
Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh what? Who was that? Who was that? By the way,
That's John Browerman. He's in Torchwood. He was in the first season of Arrow as the name.
Zoom in now.
he just seems
Zoom
like a
in.
dude to me. Like he's not a celebrity. He's not an actor. Like I don't know who that motherfucker is. He seems like a guy who's giving his honest opinion, and I like
mean,
him for that. And I don't know who he is. I don't know what his acting experience is, and I don't want to know it. But I know that he's honest about that when he says, hey, this new M. Night Shyamalan movie is dog shit. When he says that, I believe it.
It is kind of funny because it's the most.
He's so honest. He's so honest about it, and I love it.
So the Torchwood.
Has he worked with him before?
No, he doesn't know him from Adam.
He can't tell if he's Adam or Eve. It probably doesn't matter.
Torchwood star John Browerman has attracted criticism for negative social media posts about M. Night Shyamalan's new movie Old. The actor repeatedly called the film shit and claimed that he received a refund after seeing it in a cinema in a message which he tagged Shyamalan himself. Old is directed by Shyamalan, who used to do good movies like The Sixth Sense, and tells the story of an island where people age extremely rapidly. It did seem like a good comment or a good concept, but we all know M. Night. So on Twitter, Browman wrote, What a waste of money and utter shit movie. We get the metaphors, but we still got a refund. We were so disappointed. Don't waste your time or your money going to see it. Speaking in a video where he shared alongside the comment, Barrowman said he had received a refund after complaining to the cinema staff about the quality of the film, reiterating that he found it shit.
Oh man,
Look, I want to see what the reviews are on it right now on the crappy tomatoes.
So the tweet prompted backlash as many Twitter users condemning the actor for tagging Shyamalan.
It is shit. It is shit. Oh, damn. There's a lot of 1-star ratings on the Google review things. Let's see, 52% are Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know if that's the critics or user ones. Let's open that bitch up. Ooh. Yeah, it's not doing well. Everything always does mediocre on IMDb. Yes. 52% for critics and 51% for audience. So it's a mixed bag right there.
And this is the thing that I see. This is what I hate about Twitter culture. You should be. We literally look up people, and myself included. And if you guys don't know, I do reviews with Unknown Regions. Go check them out. They're awesome. Mr. Zachary Leary and a couple of other very talented YouTubers do reviews. So go check out Unknown Regions after. And if you like them, sub to them because we do video reviews every Friday. But anyways, tagging the artist in a video, at least he tagged him. He didn't talk shit behind his back. He was so upset with this movie, he felt he had to tell him it was a shit film, and he tagged him in it. It's not like so. I mean, what's wrong with voicing your opinion? If he did a shit movie, I'll be doing a video about this film, and I'll go, "Hey, guess what? John Barrowman was right. This movie's shit." What are they gonna fucking attack me? No, they're attacking him because they know who he is, and they're like, you shouldn't say that. Look, tagging the artist in a video ripping their work to bits is really classy and the mature thing to do. So it's okay.
But the audience, remember, we all told you, I looked up the reviews quick. People already just don't give a shit about this movie, thinking it's shit.
Exactly. If anything, M Night Shyamalan just got press for probably a movie that's not that good from this actor tweeting out how disappointed he was in the movie. And, they treat it like, it's a bad thing. Fuck, people can have their... So what? He's an actor. He's supposed to have this fucking, code where he can't be like, oh, no, this movie was shit. Guess what? Other people who act have opinions too. If it wasn't a good movie and he paid his money thinking it was going to be a good movie, I mean... So, this shit pisses me off. I love your work in Doctor Who, but I really find this so disrespectful. It's so disrespectful to have an opinion.
Star of Shark 3.
Your opinion was so disrespectful. Well, the movie was. Would he, if he would have taken one of these?
No, that movie has to be renamed. It's now Shark Incident.
Yeah, we don't do
no,
that.
No, it's not Shark Incident. It's Shark Negative Experience.
Oh yeah, Shark Negative Experience 3.
Yeah, Jaws is now Shark Negative Experience. No.
Shark Bite. Shark Bite 1. Shark Bite 2.
No, it's a nibble. No, it's Shark Nibble.
Shark Nibble. You just anyway.
No. What do you name? What do you rename Jaws? Like, no, you can't. You can't. It's like the most. It's the most politically correct. It is. Jaws.
Janie's saying Shark Encounter. That's a better one than what they were going. Yeah, Shark Encounter.
No,
Okay,
these
hold
are
on.
all the Shark Attack movies. There's nothing
You
to
can't
even
say it, you
rename
can't.
Jaws. Jaws is already secure. Like
So
it's fine.
I want to continue this because this is kind of funny. So many cited poorly received projects that Barrowman himself appeared in, such as 2002's Shark Attack 3 Megalodon. I would have seen that. John Barrowman.
Do you know the famous clip of that movie? Do you know about it?
No, I don't. Well, let me finish this and then see if you can dig that up. But he goes,
Mhm.
I've lost all respect I had for you. This immature and classless behavior and tagging the director. Wow, awful decision. Unfollowed. Words. What? People are so what? This is so ridiculous.
Hey, be sure to take Ryan Johnson and tell him The Last Jedi sucked.
Yeah,
That's
see
so
what he does.
immature.
Because
Ignores you.
Barrowman
I think people
was the-
think he'll block you, but he ignores everyone.
and he had the controversy we know where he exposed himself on the set of Doctor Who and Torchwood. The actor recently admitted to tomfoolery on the set. Yeah, we all know. So they got to
Shark Attack 3.
So he can't have an opinion because of this fucking thing. And like he said, at one point in the clip, Clark asked his co-star, Camille Corder, whether she remembers that time. Camille, there we go. He put, okay. Last month, Barrowman changed high-spirited behavior into good humor to entertain his colleagues. I don't want to reread all that. Yeah, and then the rest is stating what he did before. But that still is not a reason for people getting mad because someone has an opinion. You know how many people I've pissed off? Literally, someone doxed me for a bad review on Captain Marvel. It's ridiculous how people feel like
it's very true.
Yeah, now who's going to try to take you down for the Masters of the Universe?
Oh God, yeah.
That's
what.
You're gonna have some fun. Don't tell him too much. He teased it a bit in PV stream. Oh
no,
he's gonna piss everyone off. He's gonna piss everyone off.
Exactly. Thank you. Janie Gets It says John probably just gave that shit movie a big boost. Exactly.
It's just gonna make more money like The Last Jedi. But
Shark Attack 3. Well, here's the famous clip. Like I have it pulled up.
Oh, here we go. Look at this masterpiece already. I think I should have reviewed this. Versing old.
What the fuck are they? Okay, I see now. They're from a cruise.
What?
That's fucking corny.
I've got to watch this movie with Bitchy. I've got to watch this with Bitchy, and we got to do it. That was,
he just takes it off, and he just jumps into the mouth of the shark. It's one of the most ridiculous fucking things that I've ever seen in my entire life.
I bet
it's so close to the room. It's so close.
You know what? I bet you this movie. I should do a review like versus old versus Shark Attack 3, and I'm gonna disprove all of these haters and be like, "Hey, John,
you can't call it Shark Attack 3."
Classic. I'm sorry, I'll call it Shark and
Negative Encounters 3.
Yeah.
Negative encounters. Oh my god!
I was
no.
Did you see how that guy grabbed the life preserver off of her? He was like,
he's like. This is mine.
You need a float in the shark.
That's how he acted. Just like, I'm going to take this. And then he jumps into it out. It's like, no. It's just like, no, it's not your day. It's not your day, honey. It's my turn. It's my turn to commit suicide. Boom! It just...
Dude, he like that was so poorly telegraphed.
I love the shaky camera.
At all.
I love the shaky camera.
It was a very slight shaky camera.
Oh my god, that's dude, for that movie. That movie got my respect. I'm fucking looking that up as soon as we get done with this stream. I'm going to go on and I'm going to find that fucking movie. And I promise you, folks, everybody watching and everyone who watches the replay, I will watch this movie for you. This needs to be. It's called Killy Chow. It was called Shark Incident, aka Shark Attack 3.
Yeah, so
Shark
when you make the
Incident 3.
review, you say attack parentheses incident
Yeah.
Yes.
3.
Shark Attack 3. Just let this sink in. There were 2 other ones.
Yeah, the first one.
There's
and
like
the
5
one before.
Sharknado movies.
Dude, Sharknado is a fucking national treasure. That movie is the greatest fucking movie.
I don't know how long you guys are going to be going for, but I'll be right back. Like how long are you guys going for?
I got 2 more articles.
Okay, I'll be back in. I'll be back in a few.
So
he's got to stare at the lady from that thing and whack one off.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, this is hilarious. Rebecca says, because wasn't that shark angled aside? Yes, the shark was, dude. They angled the shark so that when he jumped, he went into the shark's mouth. Dude, that was the worst. Oh my god, that is on spectacularly good levels. I'm going to review that movie. Yes, I have about 1 hour. So he's like, Levivi says 2 articles equals 1 hour. So with that being said, let's go to our next article.
Yeah, we're going to speed run this now.
I want to jump into the real Superman project that Michael B. Jordan is doing, and I'm actually glad to hear.
Is it like that? Is it any way involved with the J.J. Abrams one?
No.
So then it might be good.
He turned it down because he stated he was offended by it.
Of course, because it was probably Superman just screaming Ray. Ray!
No. It's because he didn't want to change Clark Kent black. He said Clark Kent is canonically white. And this is coming from a black man.
This is coming from Michael B. Jordan, and I know his views can be a little extreme sometimes.
And he said,
so he's respecting that character. Man, this is why I have like a love-hate thing with Michael B. Jordan, because he respects characters so fucking much. But then there's this political side, but he respects this shit so much. Are we going to have Power Girl in the movie too?
Yeah. So Michael B. Jordan
finally.
So Michael B. Jordan is bringing Black Superman Val-Zod to HBO Max. Now, for all of his fans out there was a Black Superman who was not only Superman but president. And I think that's the one.
That's pimping, man.
Yeah.
Zoom in for the chat. I
That's,
gotta take a fucking leak quick. So
zoom in. There we go. So after a few years of waxing and warning, it seems like DC's Men of Tomorrow are back in the spotlight at Warner Bros. Alongside plans with Ta-Nehisi Coates, fuck him, and J.J. Abrams to bring a new Superman to the big screen. A new report suggests that Black Panther star Michael B. Jordan is working on a separate Kryptonian-themed project for the streaming service HBO Max. Collider first had a word with Jordan and his Outlier Society production company.
Damn, Collider's getting inside access with DC stuff. Zod, when are you supposed to get the inside access with the DC stuff?
As soon as I knock off Collider, don't tell them. Anyways, are developing a Superman project for Warner's HBO Max, a person close to the project confirmed the story to IO9 and clarified that it would actually be a limited series. Yes, like an upcoming Superman
So that's some
movie.
like
And
6-part series with hour-long episodes.
I hope so.
All of
And
them
said-
bangers. Oh, nice.
I'm super excited though. It says Jordan's projects will he will star as Val-Zod, first introduced in 2014 as a Kryptonian from Earth 2 in the DC Comics vast multiverse, who took the mantle of Superman after Kal-El of his reality was killed in an invasion of Earth 2 by Darkseid and his army of
So
parademons.
kind of like how Miles Morales kind of came Spider-Man with his mention Spider-Man dying, and then he was bitten by a spider. I love shit like that.
Which I'm super excited because look, I don't have a problem with Black Superman. He's a character. He should be able to get a show. I have a problem with them trying to change the established character just as like as a way to be like, oh, here you go, here's your representation. That isn't representation. What they're doing right now is a character that's established that very few people know about unless you read the comic books. I think that this is a really cool move, and I would be curious to see it because fucking Superman as president, that's fucking awesome.
Will he do something with after this? If this does well, we'll do something with John Henry Irons too.
That I would love to see that too, because John Henry Irons is one of my favorite. Like, I guess Superman. Technically, he was like a offshoot more, but Warner Bros. Plans for the Superman character to have been up in the air for years in the wake of the character's revival in the DCU. Zack Snyder and Henry Cavill saw blah blah blah. Yeah, we all know about that. Continue playing the character. While the sequel had been rumored for years, instead, the character has largely been left by the wayside as Warner Bros. Focuses on its DC Comics stable. This year has already seen the announcement of multiple Superman-adjacent properties. However, on television, the character launched a new CW show, Superman and Lois, which is pretty decent. I've watched a couple episodes. While an upcoming animated series, My Adventures with Superman, is to bring the character to HBO Max and Cartoon Network. While Sasha Cal will play Superman's cousin, Kara Jor-El, aka Supergirl, in Andy Muschietti's The Flash, before appearing in her own long in the works spin-off film, which good.
I do hope though this series is not connected to the Arrowverse and it's its own thing. And if they want to, it's going to be its own thing.
Yeah,
great. That makes me more excited about it because I don't want it to be kind of tied into anything.
Yes, Janie Davis said, at Zod's Phantom Zone, they already made it black. No, Hancock is, and the actors and directors have said it's not based on Superman. It's not connected to any of those properties or products. It's an original idea. They were trying to make it a series and it didn't do well. So that's why you never saw. Well, it did well, but not the way the studio wanted it to. And that's why they kind of abandoned it. Actually, it's kind of interesting because originally that was supposed to be like Will Smith's kind of own superhero launch, and they were going to do stuff centered around the character.
I finally saw that like a while ago, and I'm surprised that never got more. It was a really interesting story.
Yeah, it was. And I thought, and Janie, I agree. Like, I thought Hancock was an interesting direction for them to do, but it just, I don't know, it didn't land with very many people. But yeah, this would be, yeah, I get what you're saying. She says a spiritual superhero story. Yeah, it was back in the time where the superhero genre wasn't blowing up like it did as soon as MCU came around, and I loved it too, Janie Davis. I thought it was a very funny movie. I thought it was pretty good. It just shifted too much in the tone it didn't really find a good balance, and I think that's the problem they had. But Laura B said Zod HBO Max is only in USA, and the HBO Max is only in USA and the other countries. If I had a sponsorship, I'd say NordVPN could help you with all of that.
Don't do NordVPN. Holy shit, no. They had a security breach, dude. Do not go for any VPNs. Do not get sponsored by anything that people can't physically return or something, because if that happens, then everybody's just screwed and their information's out. Please never shell out to a VPN or some like software shit.
Anyways, yes. I'm happy about this. I'm happy about this because I'm going to say this. A lot of people bitched about Clark Kent being changed, and I can understand that. But with this is actually something that should be done. Val-Zod was an actual character, had a great comic book run, really enjoyed it, and I'm glad that the character himself is being represented on screen. My problems with these projects is when they take established characters and they race swap them as a way to give a race a bone. I think it's terrible. I think it's very disingenuous to the people you're supposedly representing. Okay. There's plenty of characters you could use. This is what people should be doing. I'm still waiting for a Static Shock movie. People fucking forget about Static Shock. He's another black character in the DC universe. Everybody loved. Successful cartoon. Why hasn't he gotten a movie? There's so many black characters and different multicultural characters that have been created that they can use, but people are too fucking lazy to write good stories. And that's the problem that I have with this. What do you think?
I was kind of talking in the chat.
Yeah, I saw you talking to the chat.
But like hold on. I want to. Okay, I had to finish that because I was trying to tell Janie I don't want you sponsoring one, because if something happens to their thing, now it looks kind of bad on you as a creator. If they had a security breach and you're like, hey, look at my fans, and then you'll feel bad and stuff, and then you'd have to do damage control and it'd be messy. And then you can still look to it in the chat, but there's also a way to create a VPN. I learned it. It was like a quick little thing. I learned how to do it. You just have to do a few things on your computer. But yeah.
Geekicidal Tendencies had a great point. He said Val-Zod is probably the best alternate version of Kal-El, Superman. His story is the most organic. Val-Zod could be considered the heart of the Kryptonian culture. And I agree. I think this is great. I always hear people bitching and moaning about things that are woke and things like that. And
then we don't get a damn Jon Stewart Green Lantern movie or show.
Wait, hold on, though. The thing that never gets highlighted, and why I do my show the way I do, is that we should also highlight when things do get acknowledged. Nobody's talking about the fact that Michael B. Jordan is going to play an incarnation of Superman, but everybody jumped on J.J. Abrams changing the character, which he shouldn't, and he shouldn't do a movie because he's a fucking idiot. But I think we should highlight when they do this stuff like this. If we don't highlight these projects, you're just going to put out shit that we don't want to watch. And I think that's the best way to change it. If something's done well, more people should watch it. And the fact is, no one covers this stuff. And it really fucking agitates me to no end. Because it's okay, there's all of this bitching, but what are we doing to change that? We don't like Hollywood doing this and that, right? So what can we do as consumers, as people who watch things? Well, you watch shit that you like, that you feel should be rewarded. So if a lot of people watch this, HBO Max is going to be like, wow, this little side project we did People really liked it. Maybe we should do more stuff like this. You know, but when everyone bitches about everything, then you get Hollywood coming out and calling us a bunch of assholes. And to be fair, that makes people who are passionate, that legitimately want to change.
Yeah, it's like what we say. It's like watch with your wallet and stuff. All that things, you know. You are the deciding factor on what these things are going to be. Even if you give it a lot of publicity and stuff, like I said the other night, even negative publicity is still publicity. It gets people talking around about it, and it gets them clicks and shit. Yeah, they're gonna be like talking about it.
And yeah, it's the same with gender swapping. I agree. If we acknowledge when they and see, this is, and I'll address this in my He-Man review. This was my one and only problem. One of my major problems with that was not the fact that they chose Teela because she's one of my favorite characters in He-Man, but how they made her look, and the fact that this isn't a theory. This isn't not proven. It's literally fucking shown in the show. Every male lead is either killed or put in the background. And I think that that's the type of shit that I don't like, is that you can have strong females, you can have strong males, and holy fuck, you can have strong females and males together. I know, it's shocking. It's fucking revelation. But they can coexist in the same space. And I think it does females a disservice when you give them manly traits and tell them that they have to be manly and they can't be sexy or beautiful or look however the fuck they look. They have to look like this. No, the fuck they don't. I know some like small petite women who scare the fuck out of me. It doesn't matter. It's the way you carry yourself. It's the confidence you have. And Hollywood feels like that can't be portrayed on screen for some.
Janie's saying, why didn't they just make a She-Ra? There is a She-Ra.
There is a She-Ra.
Yeah, there is a modern one. It's got that shitty modern art style that a lot of modern animations have.
Art style, just everything about it, the story, everything is kind of.
No, that was my main turnoff. It has that modern shitty art style that's plaguing everything right now.
Well, I don't have a problem with that art style. I kind of do, but I have a problem when they have that art style and the terrible story. And that's my issue. See, all I want is that there should be a thought that men and women, see, they take feminism and they're only taking one side of it. And feminism really wants equality within the sexes. That's what it's supposed to be about. But for some fucking reason, everybody thinks what it is putting one gender down to elevate the other. And that's not it at all. That's actually fucking counterproductive to what the point is.
Yeah, and when you talked about Teela too, I'm pretty sure even the 2003 version, because I know I don't see the 70s. Sorry, I always say 70s one. I don't know why. 80s one. You know, I'm pretty sure she was pretty strong and a high class warrior. I believe in the 2003 one, it showed her kicking Adam's ass in a training sparring.
Okay.
But not like in an embarrassing, degrading way. It's just that she was better at hand-to-hand combat than Adam. That's why it showed that in the 2003 version.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, and a lot of people are agreeing with me in the chat. Thank you. That's my whole issue. And see, this is my issue too with the way that some people YouTube is. I can get angry with them, and I understand their thoughts and the woke aspect because it's there. I don't fucking care what anyone says. It's there. The problem is people don't convey their thoughts because they're not thinking about telling you exactly what it is that bothers them about it, but they rather incoherently just say, oh, this sucks, but not give you a reason why. Now, I went on Purple Valkyrie's channel, and go check her out if you haven't. And shout out Purple Valkyrie. Love your channel. But she told exactly why she didn't like it, and she showed within the clips, like, and pointed out things that she didn't like. And if you're angry and upset about something, that's how you should review it. And I've been working a lot, like I said, with Zachary Leary and a couple of other people who do reviews, and I've always loved to do that part. And that's the problem. See, a lot of us, even when we're mad, instead of using what critics do, which they don't do anymore, and critiquing, and then specifically pointing out within the scene what is wrong and making a strong argument, you just say, oh, well, fuck this. It's what, no, why? That's the question everyone, and I don't give a fuck which end of the argument you're on. What people want to know is, okay, you think something is race swap, gender swap, woke, whatever. Why? Why? What is the reasons? Point out specifically the scene and the context and things like that. And I think if more people did that, it would be a way to spark more of these conversations without people just coming in and going, well, you're a fucking idiot. No, here's the scene, here's the time, here's the context. And I know film is subjective, but there's some things in movies and other media that's pretty fucking blatant. Like, you can look at it and say, yes, this is definitely the message. There's no halfways around it. And that's the thing that bothers me with the way these reviews are done. And I like that lipstick feminism. I mean, you got to point this stuff out, because you can be angry about it, but you need to tell people why you're angry about it. Give them good reasons for why you are. Killy Chow says Ruby Rose, Kate Kane looks like under her hot bed. Yeah. Killy, I have a lot of that show. I give note. Batwoman is a perfect example of everything wrong with writing, and not just the political stuff that's done terribly, but just the story in general. Batwoman is everything that's wrong with script writing today. Like, everything, right down to how it's shot, how the sound design is, how it's acted, the fucking musical score. I could go on. There are so many fucking things wrong with Batwoman. I don't even know where the fuck to start with the issues with that show. That's a very good metric on the extreme ends of shittiness. And Jay says, Mr. Sot's Phantom Zone, Roger Ebert didn't always give constructive criticism, but it didn't make his criticism lesser. Exactly. That's exactly the point. Criticism is just that. It's criticism. It's a critique.
Do you think I do have this thing, though, because you say you want to take scenes and like click them. Do you think YouTube should make that easier for creators? Because I have thought of, oh, what if they claim you? But if you're reviewing it and trying to give critique to everything, wouldn't you want that?
Hold on a second. I have the drugs. Perp, I haven't seen you forever.
What up?
Hey, yeah, Perp, I was just talking about critiquing, actually.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
You should be the last one to talk, but all right. I'll run with it.
Hey, you know what? I still fucking say Black Panther sucks. Has never changed my mind, but I gave it a fair score. So I think I was pretty down the middle.
It doesn't suck. What's your ratings for Black Widow?
I didn't see it. I told you I'm not watching anything new Marvel. I haven't watched anything Marvel since.
I found out the reason.
Hold on, PB. I don't believe him. He's
asleep.
He's sleeping?
I haven't. Yeah.
I found out why Zod hates Black Panther, because he got a very ranty thing of why Killmonger obviously won.
It's bull. Look. Don't get me fucking started on this. It's not a Black Panther stream. It's fucking bullshit. Okay, Black Panther's a bitch. Okay, Killmonger should have fucking won.
Respect the king. He has passed.
And rest in peace, but I'm still gonna say it. Black Panther's a bitch in his own movie, and I'm sorry. Fuck all you Wakandans, because you fucking usurped.
Whoa.
No. Oh, I'm on it now.
Zod's canceled. You just said fuck. You just said fuck a whole black and like a whole black race. Like wow, that's a new one. I'm surprised that PB is sleeping right now. Like
because these motherfuckers overthrew a rightful ruler. Killmonger won. And does he get respect for it? No, we gotta bring our bitchy king back, who everyone shuts down.
All right. I need everybody in the chat to just spam hashtag cancel Zod.
Hashtag as old as the channel itself.
Janie Davis she just said it perfectly. Zod sides with the villain. The shock. I am to see. No, it's bullshit. Killmonger won Wakanda fair. All the people bitched and moaned, and they're like, "Oh,
what are you talking about? Killmonger's a hero. He killed Claw."
Yeah, he killed Claw. And look, everybody bitched. And what does the U.S. do? What he suggested: they sell guns to both sides and capitalize.
I wish I had a mute button.
Killmonger was instituting capitalism. Why is he the bad guy?
I like how I got I'm off the He-Man target and all that stuff and got him fired up about Black Panther because it's fucking hilarious. It's really easy to get Zod fired up about things.
Look. I'm just saying, okay? I was in the military. He was in the military. I was in Special Forces. He was in Special Forces, okay? They did him dirty. Not only that, but the motherfuckers stole the throne. He would have been next in line, but no. Black Panther, the man who got shut down.
Husky, I'm completely tuning him out because he's just speaking blasphemy.
So, Perp, what did you think of He-Man? Yay or nay?
I liked it. I might have to talk to Sean Stackhouse and be like, "Yo, He-Man's not trash no more." But everybody hates Kevin Smith now, so.
Look,
I've always hated Kevin Smith. So,
well, hold on. I'm gonna say, this is justified because of how he worded things. Perp. I mean, let's be real. He's on video saying it.
I got a question for you. I have a question for you. What is the show called?
No. Hold on. I have a question for you. What did he say in an interview?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter what the show's called. He came out as the writer and he said and lied that He-Man had played a central role. Then if it wasn't the very...
I mean, I don't think he lied because He-Man was a... Because if it wasn't for He-Man, everybody would be dead. He is a crucial character. Tila couldn't do shit. He-Man had to do everything to save these motherfuckers' lives.
Yeah, but here's the point. Here's the point, though, Perp, that we've seen 1,000 times. And I'm going to say this, too. And I said I'm going to do a fair review. I'm taking the controversy out of it because I do agree with you. I think people are being ridiculous with their ratings. It's not a fucking 2.5. Come on. You can't go on a stream and say the art and the music is good, but it's a 2.5. That's not how rating works, okay?
That's how Zod's ratings work. Give Black Panther a 7.
I give Black Panther a 7, and people agree with me. It's fucking mediocre. Okay, anyways.
Continue.
We'll always disagree, but I will say this, that I think people are rating a lot based. The best review I heard was by Purple Valkyrie, where she explained exactly where she didn't like the story and agree with a lot of those points. And I have problems with the story, but I think a lot of people are mixing the
controversy
with the show, and it's not hard.
And that's the big problem, because a lot of people are just going with what other people are saying without even watching the show.
See, my issues come from the show with it itself, and it's true, dude. You can't deny it. They did fucking.
Right.
They did
got some people in the chat coming in the chat. You got Dean Jacobs, a Glare.
Hey, Glare.
Am I missing anyone?
They did treat the male characters like shit. I don't care what anyone tells me. That's obvious. It's obvious in the fucking.
I didn't see it.
Dude, they fucking killed them, or they were in the background. Are you fucking kidding me right now?
I mean, everybody was getting body left and right. Like I was like,
name one female that died.
does it matter though?
Yes, because that's the argument. The argument
That's a
is,
big.
even fucking Grace Randolph said that, and she's as fucking far left
now,
as you can go.
okay, hold on. Slow down. So Grace Randolph is now credible. Rotten Tomatoes is now credible.
That's my point. She is incredible.
Like it's just like that's why it's like, I can't listen to Grace Randolph. None of these dudes, man.
We all know why Zod watches Grace Randolph.
Yeah,
we've been over this before.
My point is, I'm tired of that fact, and Teal is my favorite character, and I don't think they did her justice. They took away a lot of the elements that made her a good character in the show because of the fact that they made her literally get upset. And I'm sorry, spoilers. I guess because you had to fucking bring this up. They took out an essential thing of her character and made her a fucking bitch for no reason. So you're telling me you're going to get mad at someone who just fucking died to save the world because
I think people looked at
that could have killed millions because Skeletor would have known who he was and killed him?
I think a lot of people misinterpret that, and I could see why. Like you could see, you just good example, right?
You can't literally say.
Hold on. Good example, right? I'm gonna bring Attack on Titan into this, right? Season 4, there's a major character that dies, and Aaron laughs about it, and a lot of people are mixed up. But like I looked at it as like that's his way of coping. But going back to the whole Tila thing, I think it's just like it kind of came out of left field. It's just like you waited till he was dead to. Like I think she was kind of messed up emotionally because it's like, he just died and I'm finding about this now. Like I would be kind of fucked up about it too. I wouldn't know how to process all this at the same time, and you're getting all this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but once again, and I'm going to point that out in my review. Actually, I would love to have you on my review. The structure. And this is another problem within Kevin Smith's movies because I still watch him. He has a lot of structural issues. The way he places stuff, it could be good, except for he places it in the story at the wrong time, or doesn't convey the emotion very well. Because how it comes off is that she's pissed after someone just sacrificed her life. And I'm sorry, no human being acts that way. I don't give a fuck.
Well, you don't know.
Nobody does that.
Everybody's different.
I don't know anyone who would have someone die and be like, "What an asshole!" after he just sacrificed himself for me. What a dick.
Well, like I said, I think people are kind of mixing it up. Like she was more upset that the fact that this person I trusted and like I thought I could somebody could tell me all their secrets, like didn't tell me this one secret and he's dead. Like what the fuck? Like I have to find out about this now. Like I just this was my friend. This is somebody I really liked. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand like that could just the death still bothers her, but it's just the fact that like she's getting this kind of like truth bomb just thrown at her. It's kind of it's like Lois Lane finding out who Clark. Well, obviously she knows who Clark is, but imagine if like she never knew who Clark was or who Superman was after the fact until he died and stuff. Like she'd probably be all fucked up about it, but I don't think it was a big deal. I think a lot of people big, and it's only part 1 of like probably like a 3-part story.
It's the story structure, but I don't agree with all of. I don't agree with everybody else's criticisms either in the fact of like, oh, the thing with the orb and stuff came suddenly. No, it didn't. If you watch 2002, Kevin Smith did take a lot of stuff from the 2002 because the orb of power was brought up in that show. The 2002 show set up some of this stuff that I saw was in this one. So it was kind of weird because he did continue some of that storyline into this new one. But I think some people are so pissed off that there wasn't a lot of credit to a lot of different connections. Like, do I think he never watched it? I think he went back through and watched some things. Do I think he translated everything right? No. Do I think there was some things in the story that didn't make sense?
But see here,
yes.
it's interesting because it's like you got people that really like He-Man, that really like this show, that think like he really has paid attention to the source material, and then like you got other people like yourself that have critiques about certain things, and then you got people that completely just don't even watch the show, just go off a lot. And that's my whole thing. It's just like, if Kevin Smith did lie, who gives a fuck? How many corporations lie? You know what I'm saying? Has your dad ever has you called?
But the funny thing is, the funny thing is how many people are surprised he lied. He's always fucking lies.
I did say that too. I'm like, my whole thing about it is I understand the context. I understand why people are upset about it. At the same time, and several people have said this, and I do agree. Are we really shocked at this point? Do you think a creator in this day and age is going to come out and tell the truth?
I don't mean to cut you off, but even look at Zack Snyder. He's obviously not a fan of Superman. He even says like, "Yo, I'm going to kill," and people loved it. They eat it up. It's just like people just pick favorites with these stupid franchises that nobody really cared about. It had its time. He-Man had its time, but I think this is an interesting series as far as like it having stakes. And it's not like super goofy. Like people are getting body left and right. I was like, damn, is this Dragon Ball Z? Like, He-Man died twice, like he's Goku. Like, imagine being upset about that, like seeing Goku die. I wouldn't be upset.
I thought that was a normal thing for Dragon Ball, though. He dies
that's
like
what I'm saying.
Season.
And that's why I think a lot of people over here in the West are not used to seeing their main character die or doing different things with these characters. They're used to seeing like, oh, like the good guy beat up the bad guy, and then the next day it's just like it was just rinse and repeats and stuff like that. But I think, and even Skeletor, Mark Hamill as Skeletor is so dope. He was sitting there talking shit to Tila the whole time. He was like, "You're not no champion. You're nobody. You're fucking," like he was literally shitting on her the whole time. He was talking shit to her. Like you're not even like,
but
like she wasn't even worthy.
My problems with Skeletor was he still just sounds like the Joker to me.
But that's the Joker.
But that's what Skeletor sounds like.
No,
he doesn't.
He's always had a weird ass voice.
See, that's
he's had a voice more like this.
That's where I'm a fan. He doesn't. He does not sound like that, dude. That is.
I think he does a good job.
You gotta go. You gotta do this. You gotta go. Yeah, that's Skeletor's voice.
He sounds closer to Skeletor Cyber does, but look, that's a little nitpick. I will say Mark Hamill's work is excellent, as it always is. I'm just saying it's very reminiscent to the Joker. I don't think he can help himself, and that laugh is always going to sound like that because I remember Batman the Animated Series, and it just sounds like that laugh. It doesn't sound like the OG Skeletor, but
I can appreciate, even though like a lot of people were shitting on Kevin Smith, like it seems like he had. Some people say he can't take criticism or something like that, but I feel like but it seems like he's having a lot of fun with just trolling people and just, feeding into the shit, So even though most people say, oh, you shouldn't feed into it, but I feel like he's just having fun with it because it's not a failure because, it's number 6 on Netflix. People are saying like, oh, the ratings are dropping and all that shit. I was like, no, it's this negative traction, all these people talking about it's actually helping the show.
But see, that was my whole point that I brought up before you came on was that I've gotten to a place in reviewing where I watched the show 3 times, and I watched it once as a fan, and I was pissed. And I mean, as an old school, and Sean at Stackhouse could probably back me up. I'm an old school.
He likes it.
Fan.
He likes it.
I watched it as a He-Man fan. And then I watched it as just, okay, I'm not a fan. How does this look? And then I went through critiquing it, and I took a notepad down, and I wrote down timestamps and stuff, things that bothered me. And, you know, I gotta be honest, and this is probably not gonna be a fucking popular opinion. Oh wait, Ambassador Wing. Hey, if you guys don't know, check out Ambassador Wing. I actually was on a panel with him. We did reviews. We've done reviews for movies. We're all over there on the Unknown Reads, and Zod said, "Hey, Mr. Zod and panel, if I might offer a hot take, the OG Masters of the Universe was a little bit more than a glorified commercial. I think some of the reactions to the new show is 100% BS." And I'm going to give my hot take now because I ranted angrily and stuff like that. And I do think there is some woke shit in there. But I will say that what doesn't have woke shit now?
It's always been here.
I mean,
since the beginning of Hollywood, that even through the black exploitation era, like they milked the shit out of that. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, I'm going to give a hot take, and I'm going to say, I actually, after rewatching it, and I've watched it 3 or 4 times, I've come around. I'm going to watch part 2.
It's going to be Skeletor's show. Spoiler. I'm looking forward to that.
I think that, good night, Rebecca. My feelings on this is this, and I didn't think I was going to be doing a mini review. Thanks, Perp. Speaking of which, do you want to come on my show tomorrow or Sunday? We'll go back and forth when I do an in-depth review.
Tomorrow's a bad time because I work, but
well, shit, man. When you work till?
Like 9:30.
9:30. I mean, we can do if you're not busy, we could do something at night.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Yeah, let me know. Because Rose Batter, I like this. I don't really any of this, just love the banter and learn something in the process. Thank you, Rose. This is my thought on this, is that after watching it, rewatching it, calming myself down, as a He-Man show, I think it's terrible. I don't think it really connects to much of anything. And I went back through and I wrote notes where there's connections and they're very loose. As a show that uses these characters to kind of launch something different, maybe. Like, I followed all of the He-Man. I've seen all of the 83 He-Man. I've seen all of the 2002, which fucking people don't remember. And, here's the fascinating thing. Everybody bitching about this. Where were you guys when this relaunched in 2002? Because it was
non-existent. Nobody cared about it.
It was canceled after
you see the pattern?
year.
You see the pattern?
Yeah. And I thought about that. I'm like, and now people are referencing it. But where the fuck were you with the ratings when they had a really good art style? It was a direct, sequel into it. And he did use some of the elements from the 2002. I still think Kevin Smith as a person is a piece of shit. I'm not surprised. No, he is. He's a real fucking
referencing it, that, but I told you that's the one I saw because they have that dissect somewhere.
So you, because my thing is like, I don't think Kevin's, unless it comes to, I think we gotta wait until these next 2 parts come out or however long this is gonna be, because it's very much show that Kevin Smith is telling the truth. Like, because what if because for some odd reason, because he did a panel or whatever, it's like he doesn't want to talk about certain things without spoiling. And it seems like that's what people want him to do, is just spoil what's going to happen and stuff. And because I feel like everybody's going to come back eventually in part 3 or something like that. They're going to have this epic fight.
Geek, I can't help you, but I will say, I think that he really needs some kind of magic for this 2-parter. But I think people are still going to, even if he does in part 2, pull some shit out that we weren't expecting, and it makes people. the whole thing is Perp. All he had to do was come out and say, just watch the fucking movie. And he's not the only one. These directors and stuff just need to shut the fuck up. It's very rude, and it's very I say if you have a good product, and I do agree with that side on this. If you have a good product and you're confident in it, shut people up by letting them see it. That's it. That's it. Had he just not said anything, despite what would have came out, you know what I mean? Oh, well. And then I would have came out and been like, well, hey, this is what I made. You don't like it, don't watch it. Something like that. But the way he did it's just, even if you're trolling, it's petty, dude. It's petty. I just don't like shit like that. I find it personally disrespectful. It's like, oh, you're telling me you don't like me, but you want me to watch your product? Fuck you. That's kind of how it makes people feel, and I don't blame them. It's like, oh, you're saying, well, go fuck yourself. Well, fine. I just won't watch it. But see, for me, I was like, I don't jump on board of the whole it's shitty just because I'm pissed. And I think that's where a lot of people land, because I will say some of the critiques I heard, and I'm not going to say particular people, but they didn't really win me over. Like, for instance, some people said they watch the first and last episodes and they're given a critique. And I'm sorry.
How the fuck?
Yeah. You can't watch a first and last
Zod, you have been making this last little bit of the stream your He-Man stream.
Yeah, I know.
I'm about to say something
It's a preview.
sooner.
It's a preview.
But I didn't know how long you were going to go.
I didn't either. Mr. Zod's you gave my cat the shits, I swear, every time I stream.
That's hilarious.
So that's why I want to know, are we going to try to close it up?
No. I'll close it up when I'm ready.
I'll close up when he's ready.
Yeah. Ambassador Wing says, I'm not even a big fan of Masters of the Universe, and I probably won't watch this show, but I will say from what I've seen in the animation does look good from an artistic perspective. It does look beautiful. And this is my other problem that I have with people's reviews. Okay, first off, what really got me is people, and I'm not going to say who, but we all know on this panel the culprits of people who got together. Okay, we all know who they are. To me, you can't give me a good evaluation of how you feel when you fucking tell me you watched the first and the last episode. Now, I gave a shout out to Purple Valkyrie because she didn't like it, but she's going through literally every episode to explain why, and then she's watched the season basically, but she's just not going through every. So I can respect that, and that's why I've always enjoyed the Purple Valkyrie, because she watches stuff and then tells me. But with other people, they watch the first and last episode.
That's some IGN shit.
That is IGN shit.
Thing exactly. IGN did that with The Witcher, and they fucking got roasted, and they should have, because they literally had the balls to come out and say, oh, we only watched the first and last episode. Well, you missed a whole bunch of fucking story plot in the middle there, and you'd probably be confused by the end. But they were like, oh, it's because of the blood and the sex and the violence. It's fucking Netflix. Are you kidding me? This is the same shit about Punisher.
Dude, they do shit with they do shit reviews on video games too. There's fucking channel Video Game Ducky. I think he has 3 videos making fun of it, and one of the big quotes is 9 out of 10, a little something for everyone.
But you notice the pattern there, right? Like when IGN and like Rotten Tomatoes are in the wrong, everybody's like, "Oh, these sites are incredible. Don't listen to these sites." But then when it's in your favor, when they look at the He-Man shit, be like, "Yeah, this is what the people want now. It's credible." It's like it's either like IGN and all these other like sites and stuff are valid or they're not. Like you can't just pick and choose and stuff when it's just in your favor and stuff. It's just really weird. And that whole going from 1 episode to 5 is just how could you call yourself a reviewer or some shit? Just doing that shit like that shit's stupid. It's whack.
Like one thing that me and you could probably agree on, because you know this about when we did the Power episodes.
Mm-hmm.
When I disagreed, or when me and you go back and forth, and in all seriousness, even with Black Panther and stuff, I at least lay out my reasons. You might not agree with them. You might think they're kind of fucking outlandish, but I tell you my reasons in specific parts. And it's always pissed me off because it's like, it's the same thing we've seen everybody do. Is that you say you're mad, but tell me why you're mad. And I was literally talking about this before you came on. People can't understand why something is bad. If you just go on a rant and you say, this is woke, okay, but how? And I'll tell you, some of the woke shit in the show does affect the storytelling. And I'm going to give specific reasons tomorrow because it's going to be very in depth, but I can point out where it does affect certain elements of the story. And I'm sorry, I love Buffy, but Sarah Michelle Gellar is a fucking terrible voice actress. I'm just sorry. I think we can agree. She's like probably the worst voice. Because
is she voicing somebody in this show?
She voices Tila. They just did Tila dirty in this show, right from the character design to the voice acting. I'm sorry, she looks sexy like her 2002. They should have kept that. I'd have been fine. But she looked like that bitch from The Last of Us. Too.
Man, everybody pretty much buff and fucking, He-Man. Everybody's built like a character off of Baki.
Built like that. No, I am a fan. You can't pull that bullshit. No, she was not.
You like Cara Dune?
She was no.
She's built like things. She's
You're
built like Cara Dune.
You're talking about a human versus an anime. Not the same. That's like saying That's like saying Midoriya and fucking Leonardo DiCaprio. So I mean, no, you can't make the comparison. If you want to go shot for shot, then you can say like her and I'm trying to think of another radicalized, and that's my problem, Perp, is that I do see the shit, and they didn't have to. Tila was badass the way she was, and I could prove like in the old show they took a lot of her traits and kind of just made her whiny. In the old show, she would have probably been pissed off, but it wouldn't have been an arc for 2 fucking episodes. And that shit when they were talking about their boyfriends, come on, we didn't need that shit. It was slow. It slowed down the episode. There was no point. If you want to make good backstory, they should have connected on like childhood things. That's what I'm just saying. There's things in the writing that bugs me, that takes away from what could be a good story, because when you write things like that, it makes me feel like you don't have anything else, and it's kind of pushing and putting those little political things in there, and it's a waste of time. You could use that to develop your story. Look at American Horror Story.
That sounds like Loki.
Oh, I didn't watch it, so I don't know, but from what I've heard, it was a giant waste of time anyways.
Pretty much.
JD Davis says at Vlad's Phantom Zone, no one can watch anything, but if you can't give the time to do your job, get help, don't review it. Exactly. That's the thing that pisses me off, is when people review something and you don't watch it. Like, I haven't watched Loki. I won't review it. I didn't watch The Winter Soldier. I won't talk about it. I won't review it. Could be a great fucking show. Could be shit. I don't know, so I'm not going to put my 2 cents in.
He hasn't watched The Bad Batch, so he won't put a review in.
No.
But we know he's going back on Disney, so we can bring back the Mandalorian streams.
He's definitely gonna be back on board when Spider-Man come out.
No. I have no interest.
Crazy.
I don't care.
You're crazy.
I don't care.
You're crazy.
Look, Andrew Garfield was okay. Tobey Maguire's the GOAT, but I don't care.
Who's the GOAT?
Tobey Maguire.
Tom Holland, you mean? No.
Tobey Maguire, no.
It's Tom
Holland.
It's Tom Holland. I'm telling you, by this third movie,
Tom Holland can't even get into the fucking club.
By the end of this third movie, I'm like, damn, yo, Tom Holland is the fucking man. He did that thing. He did his thing.
Wing says, if you're gonna review a show or a movie, you need to actually watch it. Remember, watch it more than once to get a good sense of all aspects. Exactly.
Because back when Zod was doing his theater stuff, he'd say he watched the movie 3 times, and then he'd give you the review.
Because you know what? That if people start doing that, even bigger channels or something like that start doing that, other people are going to be like, "Oh, that's okay to do now." So I'm gonna do that with more things. I could do this with the Marvel shows or something like that, and that's a bad look. You don't want to start that.
Um, you know, the Purge, the Forever Purge, Dean. I gotta be
Trash,
honest with you.
straight trash.
It's garbage. It
Yo,
got really
2021 has been terrible for movies. Like, there's been okay ones, but none of them that like really was like, oh shit.
It's a lot of.
I can tell you right now. I can tell you right now. I got disappointed because I was not happy with He-Man. This was my first watch, so I went to cleanse my thought and see Snake Eyes. That was a fucking terrible idea.
You should watch
Snake Eyes movie is bad.
Go on Netflix. Go on Netflix and watch Blood Red Sky. You'll love it. It's vampires on an airplane. Yeah, it's dope.
Everybody's told me that's good. I might do that. But
Watch
yeah,
that.
dude, the new American Horror Story is on point. Did you see that?
It's the first two episodes were like, all right, like let's stop using Murder House for everything. The second one, it was a different idea. It just, I think the execution was pretty bad. But we'll see how it goes.
I got to tell you, the best one they've done so far was that slasher one, the 1984.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was like the reboot that they needed. That was probably
season 10 that's coming out next month. That's starting next month. They're doing a double feature, which it's like 2 stories in one. So
didn't they do that with Roanoke though?
No. This one is just this one. They're actually gonna really like. It's called double feature.
Oh, so it's gonna be 2 different stories, just one season.
Yeah.
Will they connect or just separate?
I don't know. They're most likely connect in some way. I don't know. Just got to wait and see.
See, I gotta say, American Horror Story always stays at the top of this game. But yeah, the bottom line is, hey, Ancient One. The bottom line is I want to make sure when I review now, and Ambassador Wing, I mentioned you as a matter of fact with Zach Leary and everyone. You guys have really helped me in doing reviews because it's got me focused on what kind of reviewer I want to be. I think now I want to get back to even if I get criticized or whatever, be like, oh, you're going with the woke crowd. I'm not. I want to be objective. A movie can have woke elements and still be good. At the same time, a movie could have no woke elements and be fucking terrible. These days, it's hard to judge on everything.
Tomorrow World. Trash.
Hey, we're going to have to disagree. I thought that was a great movie. I mean, look, let's be real. Tomorrow War was designed to be what it was going to be, and it did what it was set out to do. I wasn't looking for something deep. It was entertaining.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it wasn't meant to be a deep thing. And it's good to see Chris Pratt do other types of things. He said, from my perspective, I like Loki. I only like WandaVision because that's the last one I watched before I stopped watching them all. And Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they were good shows. Not the greatest things ever, but solid, entertaining shows. There are good points in each of them. Good points in each that I really dug. But see, and that's my issue, is that when doing these things, I want to get back to doing reviews on how I used to do them. And, I'll point out the political shit, and there's a lot of it in all of this new stuff. But the question that everyone seems to be forgetting, and I think that's what you're saying, Perp, unless I'm wrong, is that the point should be, does it affect the story? Because you do have the woke that's a straight up just statement as opposed to just being annoying. For instance, Black Christmas is, even my girl went to see that movie with me and she said, holy fuck, this is terrible. And it was like a big fucking feminist garbage, like, and not real feminism. Like, and no kills. It was just so, that movie was fucking terrible. But the point is, does the message take the point of the show or movie, or is the message just sprinkled in there?
Yeah,
You.
I would just say, like, because to me, I don't care about none of that shit. It's just like I just want to see a good product. I just want to see a good TV show or movie. That's all I care about.
Just good writing. That's what you want. You want good writing.
I think it should be brought up when it affects the writing. I mean, Perp, how many times have you seen a good story and then it gets ruined by, political bullshit?
I mean, not even it doesn't even have to be political bullshit. Like even just look, but let's take that out and just take Justice League for example. That's the guy in woke things in it, but none of those characters are like characters that you grew up with. But a lot of people gave them passes. You know what I'm saying? But if it had some woke shit, then people would make it a big outrage and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, Justice League had its own issues anyways, and I think once again we covered that on the channel. I mean, I liked it, but there were
PB moved. He probably fell.
But it had its own issues, and I see it. And I mean, that's the issue. Look, the grand thing is, and why I'm doing my review the way I am, is because I want to actually get back to a style where people can actually understand what the actual issue that I have is with the thing. Like, for instance, Twilight Zone. Politics ruined that. There was literally an episode called well, I always say it. The burden of all man or something. And it was literally an episode about how men were evil. They literally say that the men possessed an alpha gene that turned them evil. I was like, oh my fucking God. Now that's obvious.
Remember the old Twilight Zone when it talked about
and they
basically
were
a socialist world in a dystopian society?
Yeah, but they had good writing and they didn't.
Yeah, that was good writing. But he was explaining to you this is a society that could happen, but you can easily prevent.
Exactly. And I think that's the problem, Perp. And I think a lot of it is, too, that the sad part is that people are going to... Now, I don't believe they're review bombing. I think that's bullshit, too. I think now we've got the same thing that we got with the last show. We're going to have some people who will just, say that things are review bombed or whatever, and it starts a nasty thing. I think that it's better to outline where the problem is and how it affects the story. And the funny part is, no matter what side of the argument you're on, if you say, oh, well, we should be talking about how this affects the story and what makes it woke, then they go, oh, what, you're siding with the... No, dumbass. I'm telling you the basis of criticism. If you're going to level a comment, then you need to have facts and back up what your argument is. It's not just, calling something out, because that's what the fucking other side is doing too, that you're arguing with. The whole point is to lay out facts that you can prove within the context of the story. I don't understand how that's a hard concept.
People don't like facts. They just like to be lied to.
The Ambassador Wing says, honestly, I don't care about social and political woke crap. I don't look for it. If a show is good in terms of the story, then I say so. If it's crappy, then I say why it is. But see,
and he makes a good point, because people I didn't look going into the He-Man stuff. I didn't go in looking for the stuff. I was just like, I don't know much about He-Man. I just want to see what it's about. And I walked out. I was like, all right, it's cool.
And you have the same issue Ambassador has, and that's where I disagree with both of you. I'm an actual fan. So when I went into it, I was angry because of just the way it was set up. And yes, it was some of the stuff that was said, because I'm a fan. And the way he framed everything was kind of irresponsible, and it really pissed me off too, because I knew he didn't quote the date right, because I was born in 1984. He-Man was made a year before I was born. It's a very fucking special thing to me. I can understand from that angle, but at the same point, I can admit, I also, when I first did the first watch, I did watch from a fan perspective, and I got salty because of you know, I changed my perspective. I'm sorry, I was reading the chat. I changed my perspective a bit. Yeah, and it does make it feel that way. But here's the thing. This is another thing that pissed me off. Everybody said, and spoilers, I guess, but now that we're on it, they said, oh, He-Man dies in the first 5 minutes. He does not. You're fucking wrong. I clocked it. It's actually episode 1, 2015. So it was 20 minutes and 15 seconds. Fuckers. Yeah, I got proof. I wrote down notes. I was like,
so he dies later on in the show than
He
John
dies-
John Connor dies in the
yeah,
Terminator.
like he didn't die. Literally, the whole first episode was them battling, and then some of the end of it was what happened. But most of the second episode dealt with the aftermath of what happened. But he didn't die the first 5 minutes.
When I saw that, I was like, wow. Damn, so like this is what He-Man's all about. Like he's all this almighty power, like he's this OP and stuff. And
yeah, he is.
I was like, damn. So I was like, okay. And they killed him. I was like, okay, they pulled a Dragon Ball right there. Like Goku died in the first 5 episodes. I was like, okay, I like this. I want to see where this is going.
Yeah, you know, it was yeah. You see, Planet Q's Queen, yeah, you see, but a lot of people in my family like He-Man, so yeah, and see, so I had a problem with that argument, and I stated it. I'm like, no, you guys are wrong. He didn't die in the first 5 minutes. He literally had the whole episode. The problem was, there's 2 problems. One, it's way too short. I disagree with how they released it. It should have been all 10 episodes. I think that would have made the blow.
He kind of Kevin Smith kind of explained like he's like now kind of like working on like the next half and stuff. Like he's kind of finished. He was like kind of finishing things up for this part. So, like I think he's just working in it like in chunks and stuff. But yeah, I thought it was gonna get like we were gonna get a whole full like 10 episodes or 12 episodes or something like that.
So he's not even done with the first part?
Well, no, he's done with the first part, but
he's not even done with the whole thing.
No, he's still working on
how many episodes are there right now?
It's only 5.
5 out of a possible 10. And they're all
probably 15
around
altogether, probably
30 minutes long.
Something like that, yeah.
27. So yeah, so around the 30-minute mark.
Okay. I like Ambassador Wing says, I never go with the argument this is woke. I go with here is why I like or dislike a show or movie. The other way of reviewing is kind of lazy. It's easy to say this is woke and go to on a rant.
And we've gotten so far away from that in reviews because like now it's no longer about like pros and cons. It's like, oh, this is woke. Nobody talks about, and that's the issue. Like,
yeah, and
YouTube in general, nobody
it's
just talks about what they actually like. It's nothing but just hate. It's just like, what kind of life is that? Or just like this is too much energy. Like that's too much energy to be put into some bullshit that doesn't even exist. Like it's not real characters, and I don't know, man. It's a lot of stupid shit, man.
It's just people clicking points on YouTube. Then their channel just blows up because everybody's just angry, and they're angry. They might not be angry, but they're going to pretend to be angry just so they can get those clicks.
Like,
don't tell me if I'm angry.
Oh, he's awake. He's alive. But no, it's just like it gets to the point where we complain about hairstyles on cartoon characters. Like, what the fuck? Like, literally think about that. Like, literally think about. We got to the point where it's like no longer about just. It's about because one person I made a tweet whatever say like made it comparing Cara Dune to Tila. I was like, I knew Tila looked familiar somewhere. Of course, you got a bunch of random people commenting.
She looks like Skrillex. I posted on my thing. She looks like
somebody,
Skrillex.
somebody on my comment was like, "Yo, she looks like a lesbian Antifa or whatever." I was like, "What the fuck does that look like? What are you talking about, bro?" Like,
She looks like
I was
Skrillex,
gonna
though.
jump into that thread, but yeah, I mean, I do agree the haircut is they knew what they were doing, but at the same point, my issue was just like how she looked like that chick from The Last of Us too. Like just
I still say she looks like Skrillex.
and like I said, what's her face? Gina Carano, she's a buff ass chick too.
And like I said, it's not comparative.
She's built like Abby. What you mean?
We're talking cartoon to cartoon, not cartoon to a fucking real life person.
I'm just saying.
Ambassador said, Mr. Zod's Fam Zone, you're going to have a different perspective on the show, and I respect that. The other angle is people only go with certain reviewers and don't seek out different perspectives, and I agree.
Echo chambers.
Hey, and thank you. You have a good Ambassador Wing. I like sometimes.
All the
so
best reviews I've heard from like The Last of Us 2, I even heard this from Zod, is a lot of people said gameplay was pretty good, as like the game played well. The story was dry.
The story wouldn't have had an issue, but it was all over the fucking place and very broken.
Yeah, bad.
And my other problem was, and people tackled it wrong, and I think I did a very good review because I was not biased, was that you can't kill a main character and then ask people to play that character literally right after you kill a beloved character that they like.
Wait, so you wouldn't, if you say there's a Avengers game, right, and you're playing as Thanos and you just kill all the Avengers, you wouldn't want to just keep playing as Thanos?
Bad comparison.
It's not bad
comparison. Not even the same.
That's the villain killing somebody that's your beloved to. Like he just snapped Cap's neck. You just snapped Cap's neck.
1, I like Thanos. 2, I'm a villain. 3, it's the wrong universe. No, it's saying it's the way they did it. It was the way that they did it.
You skipped number 4. 4 was absolutely yes, thank you.
What's up, PB?
What's up? What do you mean? Where am I?
Are you in a tunnel? You stuck in like a tube?
I don't fucking know. These earbuds.
Cryogenic chamber.
Oh no, it's not a cryogenic chamber. It's some type of time machine where it seems like I'm moving faster than everybody else.
And thank you. I appreciate that, Zod.
You're welcome.
Your heart with love, PB, who says, absolutely, Zod.
What the fuck?
No, and see, but I can't believe our stream turned into the value of critiquing, and that's my whole point. It's like it's becoming a point where I have even gone to this woke argument, but now I don't want to because it just feels like something to say, but people are not giving valid points. Like fucking people coming out and saying that shit like, oh, he dies in the first 5 minutes. He doesn't. I clocked it because I learned that from PB. I literally went with a notepad. It was literally a whole episode. Why it feels like he died in the first 5 minutes is because the episodes are only like 27 minutes long. So when
they go through them, like that first episode goes by pretty fast.
Yeah, when you
it's like Cobra Kai, how fast the episodes go fast with Cobra Kai.
Yeah, so when you're watching it, you're like, oh shit, they killed him in 5 minutes. Well, no, he had a whole entire episode. There's 5. So he's there in the first one, there in the last one, and kind of in between. So, I mean, no, that's not exactly how it happened. Let's not lie about things. And that's what they did. And, PB, now that you're up, our favorite people that we know made a claim that we heard before from IGN. Not going to say the individuals, but we all know who they are. It was on a little show called Friday Night Tights. So people on the panel, maybe named Jeremy, comes out and says, yeah, I'm so angry. I'm a He-Man fan and stuff. And then said, I only watched the first and 5th episode. What?
That's very IGN.
Okay, so you're going to give people your review.
The channel has become like IGN. They're pushing shit every fucking day, saturated into your inbox. And then it's just whatever the fuck they look at. That's what IGN is.
Now, PB, that's like me going from episode 1 of the Clone Wars to all the way to just the final season. I would be so lost.
If you started like what was the first Clone Wars material, which was the movie, you watch that and then you just go to the final episode of season 7. It wouldn't make fucking sense, And the show, regular show, it does. The first few seasons doesn't really have a plot. It's just fun. So if you watch the first episode of regular show and then the last episode in season 8 of regular show, you'd be really fucking confused. You'd be like, why are these old men fighting each other? You're watching regular show and you got the last episode.
There you go. You got a sneak peek in my kitchen.
He drinks whole milk, everybody. It's not soy.
Whole milk. It's not soy. There's no soy in this fucking house.
He likes all of the milk.
That should be what I do for my review. I just open it up with me drinking whole milk. Be like, for this review.
That's how you get views right there.
That's how you get right there.
Did I wake up when you were on the last fucking topic here, or what?
The only step up from that,
talking about He-Man.
The only step up from that is if Zod had a cow right in his living room and he sucked the milk right out of the teat.
You'd be like, okay, let me tell you my review, and this ain't soy based.
As long as it's not fucking green.
Something wrong with green.
Oh my god, no, we're not. You will never be right about Last Jedi.
Some green milk and some porgs, some fried pork.
Yeah, except every time they fry a porg, they feel bad that they did it.
That's hilarious.
And then they made Chewbacca feel bad. I'm like, no, I wanted to see him dig in. I was like, oh yeah, Chewbacca's going to dig in these things. And then it was like, oh no, don't make it all sweet.
If he was like, hey, I cooked these 3 here. I see you're giving me a hard time. I'll try one raw.
You know who would have ate that shit right in front of their face? Baby Yoda. He would have ate
hell
that.
Yeah. You know what it made the scene better? If he felt guilt, dropped that on the ground, and the pork started eating it.
Yeah, like they're fucking cannibals, bro. That would be such a crazy twist. Like they're cannibals the whole time. Like Ewoks all good.
Keely Joe says, never drink the soy and the green titty milk.
It might be bubble tea, titty milk.
Oh
bubble.
my god. No.
So yeah, like I was saying, when I'm doing this review, look, I want to say, like, there are problems, but the things people are pointing out is what prompt me to do my own review, because like I said, Purple Valkyrie had a very good, clear reason why she didn't like it, but it feels like now, like that Friday Night Tights was a fucking joke. Like, okay, you get on the Kevin Smith lied, that's nothing new. Bait and switch, that's nothing new. But here's the thing,
who else lied to you? Your parents, because they told you Santa Claus was real.
No, they didn't. They just didn't say the opposite. Just be quiet.
Oh yeah, he's part Claus. He's got reindeer in the back of his yard.
The thing at Pop Up Culture PB, I came out of Babe Pig in the City craving pork chops. I'd have eaten him if he was the last pig on Earth, but I'd have saved him for Christmas.
Fuck no, pork is way too good.
Stop eating pork, people.
What? No,
it's too delicious. It's great pork when you smoke it,
Like, there's so much extra pork on the planet. Thank you, Jews.
Eat Beyond Pork. Eat some Beyond Pork.
No.
Ew. No.
The fuck?
What bullshit are you talking right now?
It's talking about pork.
Beyond pork.
It's not pork.
It's just called spam.
It's still pork though. It's just
you.
spam is still pork. It's just extremely
I
processed.
told you not to say anything about Santa, motherfucker.
But
Right
yeah,
there.
You ruined the chat. There's some of these people that really believe in Santa, and you ruined it for them. You monster.
Oh well. I told my nephew he was 5 years old, like, too bad, you gotta get over it. You know, that's life.
Holy fucking shit!
Now
You
pay me for my Christmas present. Perp likes seeing children cry. So do I. It's fun.
Yo, we saw a bunch of children. There's still a bunch of children crying on Twitter right now over He-Man. A dude that looks like he belongs in Baki the Grappler and shit like. That'd be a crazy crossover.
Dude, I only made that joke about like Tila because that's the first thing that went through my head, and I said it on the last stream, and then I posted it on Twitter because I think Tila looks like Skrillex.
That's
funny. I mean, that was a fair comparison.
It is.
She just put a little of his self tanner on, and then she'll be right up her hill. I don't fucking know it. What's a Skrillex?
A fucking awesome like techno band.
No, it's the guy who made dubstep. That's it.
And I will say that short, half bald hairstyle that came from the 80s, came from your generation.
On the screen. Janie Davis says, PB, there was a turtle discovered in the Galapagos Islands that went extinct in 2 years because they were too delicious. Yeah, but there's other turtles out there, so it's fine.
I've seen a turtle get eaten by a crocodile. That shit sounds painful.
Do you know what happens when you, let's say, overfish and eliminate a top predator? You know what happens then? A different animal becomes the top predator.
Well, that's also why they have tags and limits. Like they had to, because of what happened in the past year with everything locked down, the fishermen, I know if you guys watch Deadly Sketch, they still had to go out to get their quotas for the crabfish. Otherwise, the fishery would be shut down for 3 years. Yeah. Otherwise, the fishery would have been shut down for 3 years because they would have thought the population was low. You don't want that happening. Then everybody lose their damn. Everybody would. It's a lot of jobs are on the line when it comes to that.
Like, there's nothing else on the fucking planet, not a single fucking thing that gives a fuck about the planet. They're just trying to fucking propagate and expand their species. That's all they're trying to fucking do. But humans, us evil humans, have to be here to take care of the planet. Like, the arrogance of us humans is amazing. Like, yeah, we can play God. We get to decide which animals stick around and don't. Even if they don't deserve to stick around because they're fucking stupid, they'll move out of the fucking area when they could live someplace much more comfortable 20 fucking minutes away.
The Canadian geese could have died. And then they're like, no, we got to save those. No, nature was saying this species needs to go extinct. And they're like, no, we're going to save it. And now they're everywhere.
Hey, Gary North, good to see you here. Yeah, anyways, I'm going to start wrapping things up.
Fucking finally. I've been awake for too long.
PB's been awake for too long, so now we gotta go. It's
how's too long?
He needs to not sleep now. Your fucking internal clock works backwards.
You know what will help you go to sleep, PB? You just go to YouTube, type in Brie Larson. Reading nursery rhymes.
I was sleeping just fine. But then I
Hold
could
on,
hear
let me see if
an
that's the thing.
angry black man in my ear.
No,
Just
you
type
need to
in Brie
go.
Larson singing nursery rhymes will put
No,
you
you
right
need.
to sleep.
No, you gotta
Sing?
look up Samuel L. Jackson reading "Go the fuck to sleep." That'll put you right to sleep.
Holy fuck! None of these things are gonna put me to sleep.
Go to sleep, man.
Hold on, I'm looking it up right now.
Go to sleep, you
Oh, go the fuck to sleep. Oh yeah, that's the name of the book. Is "Go the fuck to sleep."
See, Karen gets it. She said PB's been awake for the last 5 minutes, and that's too long.
The
I
drugs
agree.
are kicking in.
What? Shh. Stop giving away secrets. This guy, I tell you what.
Wait.
The methamphetamine. It's hitting. I feel it.
What are you doing there, guy? I know you're reading the chat, but you said you were trying to wrap up the show, so we just been fucking bullshitting
No,
here
I
until
just
you.
went down the rabbit hole of Brie Larson singing.
God damn it.
Hold on. Yes, here it is.
I'm gonna marry me, Brie Larson. She's gonna be Brie-minded.
Hi, friends. It's me, Bree.
No, that's not. That's the wrong Brie. How dare you?
Yeah,
Yeah, man. I was like, what the hell? She's not that fucking.
She's not
proud
that
personality.
Those
She's not that
yoga,
happy.
those yoga videos are something else. I'll tell you.
I mean, I didn't watch them.
Lies.
No.
I didn't watch them, my fucking ass.
I still don't watch them at all.
That's
bro,
a lie.
You can be like, oh wow.
Well, it sounds more like you didn't listen to them. You definitely watched them, though. He's like, I don't think I need the sound for this video or any of them.
She knows what she's doing, and she does it
Yeah,
well.
afterwards I'm gonna play some funny shit I found with Ryan Reynolds and Josh Brolin. You guys gotta watch this shit. It's hilarious. Them insulting each other.
Well, we better hurry up and get
Deadpool
there.
2 or something?
Huh?
Was that from Deadpool 2 or something?
Yeah, but it was a BBC show they did where it's basically the celebrities insult each other. It was, oh my God, Chris Hemsworth insulted Scarlett Johansson, and she looked like she really got fucking offended. It was hilarious because they went back and forth, and then he goes, well, it's good you look good because you got nothing going on up here. And she's like, did you just call me dumb? And he was like, no, did I win? Did I win? And then he's looking terrified. And he goes, no, I'm just saying, your character, no superpower, just sticks. What are aren't they from like the Ninja Turtles? Because they are like, and she goes, no, you insulted Black Widow. She looked like visibly pissed and hurt at the same time. Like he just. Oh my God. I'll play it when we go off. But anyways, thank you everybody for watching. Make sure you hit that like button if you like the video. Hit the subscribe.
Or don't hit the like button, or just don't do it. But that would be nice. Make sure you hit the like button.
I am confused about that promotion, but listen to the second half of that. Anyways, everybody, thank you for watching. And remember, there's only one rule here in the Phantom Zone.
Don't drop the soap.
Got the power.
I need to sleep.
I got the drugs.
Plug these yourselves.